And we're live.
You're live.
And we're live. Welcome everyone to one of Best of NES live events called Pass the Torch. We're live. Ooh, and I got some echo. Sorry about that. And Bebrix,
Yep.
do you want to talk a little bit about Pass the Torch?
Pass the torch. I guess it was an an idea we came up with. It was basically Dexter's idea. He wanted to do this for a long time. I think he wanted to do this like it should have been done 2 years ago, probably. Wasn't that?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I had the idea like all the
Had
way
the idea
back
2
in
years ago.
2014 or something, but laid it on ice for a bit. And
Yeah, I guess we just talked a bit, like really loose of it, and let's do it. Why not do it? Let's do it now.
yeah, exactly. We pretty much like brainstormed ideas for the Best of NES channels because we wanted to be more interactive, well, more live than just only the Best of NES marathons and Big 20s. And so we came up with this relay race idea, and not only one game,
10 games.
10 games. So that's pretty hype, actually.
Yeah, and also we got Fiesel in here also. Or do we?
Hopefully.
Oh, we don't have Fiesel in
Hey,
here.
We don't.
do you know?
there is.
There we go. Hi, guys.
There we go.
Yeah, and a great selection of games. I realized that all these games are among the most popular games to speedrun for the NES. So chances are anyone who speedruns anything is going to know some of these games very well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
when we picked the games, I think we made a list. We wanted to have the most classic games. I think we made a list of, was it like 15 games or something?
20 games.
20
actually.
games.
Yeah.
I think
And
it's 20 games.
yeah, 20 games. Like the most known and classic games. That was pretty much our criteria.
Yeah, and then we realized I don't think we can have 20 games. That's going to be 40 people, and it's hard to organize 40 people. The time that works for all 40.
Mhm.
So we cut it down to 10.
Yeah, and it was.
I'd like to see a relay race of the other 10.
You know what? It might happen.
Might happen.
Might happen. But yeah, it was really hard to cut down 10 games because already 20 games, it was like, okay, these are all really good games. So, but I think it's a pretty good list, actually.
It's a good list.
It's a good list.
Why don't we talk about how we chose who's going to play what game and how the teams are going to be set up?
Sure. We had we had a submission form, and first we did want to give some new people a shot of running in a live marathon. So we kind of looked at that also. We didn't take the top players. We usually do that. We want to have the top players, but for this race we looked at PBs and we compared all the PBs and put the teams together with all the PBs, and I think that was it 6 or 7 seconds between the two teams of the summer bests.
Yeah, at first, yeah. But then,
Yeah, at first.
But then we had to do some changes.
Yeah, we had to do
afterwards.
changes there. So it was about 40. It's about 40 seconds between the team.
Mm.
The sum of PBs, though. So it should be a good race.
Yeah, but in the long run, 40 seconds is nothing. I mean, anything can happen during a race. So it's going to be really good. It's going to be really good.
Yeah.
And we're also gonna join in some commentators during the race. We have picked a couple of games where we want some extra help in terms of expertise. So for Punch Out, we have Sinister joining in.
Yeah, and we have for Zelda at the end we have Lacutech, the record holder for the game. It's going to join us.
Yep. And we have Darkman for Mega Man 2. So
Should we get the? We're gonna get the two team captains in here for a quick little interview before the race, and then after we're gonna get some people in here for some interviews after also.
mm-hmm. Yep, definitely.
Well, I guess we We throw them in now.
Yeah, definitely. Throw them in.
So the team captain is Endisui and Garadas. And I'm going to add them right now. Hopefully. Okay. No. Typing is hard. There we go.
Typing is hard, yeah. Yep.
Hey guys.
Oh.
Oi.
Oi.
Hey, Andy.
Hey.
Hey guys.
So
How are you guys doing?
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
No. It's fine.
Okay, I can start. I'm doing fine. A little bit nervous as always when you're going live in a big setting, but that's only a good part. I mean, it's all good.
Hey guys.
Garadas.
Hey. Yeah, it's the same. Since I'm starting, I will be in the opening race. It's a bit of a pressure on me, but it's a game I played that game so much. I grinded the game so much. It's actually the first game I speedrun since I started speedrunning, and I'm very happy to run in a marathon like this.
Mm-hmm. So, how do you guys feel for your team, respectively? How do you think you will do?
Andy first.
Yeah, me first. Well, I can't, I can't give predictions for all my teammates. That would be a bit weird, but I think overall we'll do real good. I have a great team of great NES players here, and I'm confident we can beat those boners to where they belong.
This is childish, Andy.
Okay. Sorry.
But,
Okay, your turn, Erdus.
Yeah.
It comes with a game, Gara.
Yeah, I watched many streams of basically the whole runners again, and I'm feeling good about both of the teams. Actually, I have great runners in both games. I think that it will be a very nice race to watch. PBs are very close, especially since Crescendo took the place of the previous runner. We are separated in this category by 0.16 seconds, I think, less than 0.2, I think, I guess, and so it will be a pretty close start. Pretty good choice for the beginning of the race. I think I'm happy to race versus Crescendo.
Yeah, I think all the games it's top runners in all the games, so it's gonna be a great race. But like we said, anything can happen in a race.
Yes.
Anything.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's
especially in long games. DuckTales is a pretty short game, but has some RNG spots that can screw a good run. Well, Andy knows better than me since he grinded that game for a long time. Am I right, Andy?
Yeah, well, basically, this is a 10-game relay race. So what we have to consider, we can't go for all the crazy stuff. I mean, like I was talking earlier with my teammates Crescendo and Yellow, when Yellow was but now it's Crescendo. But like the heli skip, for instance, I don't know if Crescendo will go for that or not. He's free to do what he wants, of course. But that's like a 2-second time save, and you lose 40 seconds if you die, and it's the riskiest trick in the game. So I actually advised not to go for it. I mean, it's a relay race for a team, so that's my point of view. But everyone is of course free to do as they want, and it's not only in DuckTales. I mean, every game has weird tricks that can save a little amount of time, and they have a potential to lose a lot more. So I think the team that does the least mistakes, those big mistakes, will come out on top, because it's going to be really close.
Yeah, we didn't tell players to what to do and what not to do. It's up to the player if they
of course
if they feel confident with a trick to do it.
Yes.
It's up to them. So it felt bad if we say, oh, you can't do this, you might ruin the race. But I think it's a bad thing telling what people should do.
Yes. I totally
I
agree.
want to be.
So I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just telling my reasoning behind the. Yeah.
So as team captains, have you been like said any inspiring words for your teammates or anything?
We mainly trash talk
Oh,
the other team.
yeah. Focus on the trash talking. That's probably
Yeah, that was my main strat.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's part of the competition also. So
Yeah, but no, it's nothing special really. It's I think all the runners here are very very confident in their own games. So I mean, they know what to do. So
Okay, so is there anything you want to tell the other team now before we start the race? So some late minute trash talk.
you first, Gerdas.
No. Why me first? No. I won't say anything. I will regret it. I know.
But we don't want to hear any good luck to the other team. That's bad.
Yeah, that was the point, actually.
Okay, so no good luck to the other team.
No good luck to the other team.
Well, luck has nothing to do with it. Who comes out on top in the end, you know? Nah, it's going to be fine. It's going to be a great race, and
Yeah.
I actually wish you guys good luck, but not too much.
Okay.
So
Not too much, huh?
not too much.
not too
Alright.
much.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but yeah, and I hope everyone on the channel enjoys the show, and let's make our best, everyone. Do our best.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank you, Andy and Garas, for joining in for some pre-interviews.
Thank you guys for. Okay, let's get started.
Yeah, I'm dropping out of the call now.
Yeah, you.
Later, guys.
Yeah,
Later, guys.
Leave the call,
Thank you.
please.
Thank you.
So
So
we're gonna start the race in a couple of minutes here. It's gonna be me and Dexter and Feasel gonna try to commentate with our best commentary here.
To our best ability.
So yeah,
we're gonna be fine.
All right.
We're gonna be fine. Don't worry. We
So
know
the first game we
games.
have is DuckTales. DuckTales, a game we all know pretty well. It was in the Big 20. Most of these games were in the Big 20, if not all of them. Yeah, it looks like they all were.
I think all games were in there at some point. Yes.
Every game that's good has been in the Big 20. No, that's not true. We have at least 20 more good games.
So are we setting up in the race channel, Dexter? Is everyone there? Are we,
Yep, you can unenter. I
Yeah,
think
I can
Andy's
unenter.
going to start the race off.
Yeah, exactly.
so we're just gonna ask if both players are ready. Then we're gonna go.
Ninja Gaiden. Oh, yeah, not the original Ninja Gaiden. That's a good point. It was Ninja Gaiden 2 that we had in Big 20.
Yes.
And any game, yeah, it's confirmed not good. Oh, no.
So we got the nice layout here made by Dexter's Lab. Real nice looking layout, I think. Clean.
Dexter's doing the broadcast for this. He's doing a great job of it.
Yeah. The Dex Tech. You might see it in the chat a couple of times.
Very advanced setup he's got.
I'm gonna post the straw poll again here in the chat if people still want to do. I think Team Dogbone is in the lead for as of now, with 81 votes against 47. So. Anyways, how are we looking on the race, Dexter? Are we ready to go?
Yeah,
The
the
countdown has
countdown's
started.
The countdown has started.
Yeah.
So let's say good luck to both teams.
All right, here they go.
They are off.
You're going to see the moon stage first. The reason they do this first, there's moon skip. They're trying to get a pretty difficult skip, and runners are used to doing that as the first thing in their run.
Yeah, Dexter, you have been running this game also, so you should know most of the tricks in this game.
Yeah, like Andy said, they said that most of the players wouldn't go for the hardest skips, and Moon can actually be kind of hard at the very end there doing the skip, but we found a pretty good setup for it so that you can get it kind of consistent. So the moon should be fine actually.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a little delay here. That there's no way around that. So you have to live with a little delay. It's
Yeah, it looks like Crescendo got the skip perfectly. He did the right manipulation with the screen to get the guy to spawn, but Gyarados had a little bit of trouble with it. So they're looking synced up for me, but I think actually Crescendo's a little bit ahead.
And Amazon has one of the tricks actually. It's called the Helo Skip, and it's kind of precise actually how you do the setup and everything. And if you do miss the grab for the helicopter, you lose up to about 1 minute, I would say, and that's a lot during a race like this actually.
Yeah, it sure is. This is a game that's under 8 minutes for the record now, right? And it's extremely optimized, so small amounts of time savings are fought over.
Yeah, definitely. And both runners actually got the skip, so that's kind of bold of both of them actually, since it's kind of hard to do it. And yeah, Crescendo missed the quick pogo there, but he was able to do the backup pretty fast there, so he didn't lose that much time.
Yeah, he's already trailing by quite a bit though, and you can't. Oh, it looks like a missed cycle from or a missed hit from Gyarados, but still cleans up the boss fight just fine.
Yeah, didn't lose that much time.
Yeah.
So both runners looks pretty good so far actually, so they're on a pretty good pace, I would say.
so we have Team Dogbone in the lead.
Yeah, Team Dogbone. We actually had a straw poll before the race here, and I think it's still up, and Dogbone was actually in the lead there, but like we said, anything can happen.
Anything can happen in a race. So if people don't know what the brick is and Dogbone is that the brick was the original NES controller, came with a console. The Dogbone was the second release controller, which came with the top loader. Did it came in US? I don't think it came in US.
Oh, it did.
It did. Okay.
Oh yeah, we had dog bones.
It was for the top loader console. So those are the two team names, the controllers.
And DuckTales, for being a really short game, it's kind of RNG heavy actually, and Magica is actually really RNG in terms of the patterns that she can give you, and both runners had pretty good luck there with the mid pattern where they can hit her every time. So
Right, and they have enough health to work with that they can take intentional hits to be able to deal damage to the boss even with the bad pattern.
Yeah, this is also played on easy, so you can take a couple more hits instead of what I usually run on hard mode. So
yeah,
Exactly.
just get the run a little bit safer too.
yeah, a bit more friendly for the race. So.
So a brief detour back into Transylvania here because that's how you get the key to the mines. It's almost kind of a pointless little detour since the key is right there at the beginning of the level.
Yeah, we've been messing around with that wall actually, since you can get stuck in the wall, and like in the moon, you can.
Oh, you can do a zip like that, huh?
Yeah, but we haven't found a working solution yet for it. But we've been messing around a lot, so but still, we need to do that detour.
Also, we can mention if you have Frank your Faces C, we made some emotes for both team. If you want to cheer on someone, you can, well, not spam it, but you can do it one time at least.
You can spam it. Don't worry.
You can spam.
You can spam it.
you can spam. So Team Bone in
Slight lead.
Himalaya now.
Yeah.
This
Himalayas. Here we go. Don't pogo in the snow.
don't pogo on the snow. That's
You can
oh,
pogo
well,
on the
actually,
snow.
you can pogo. It's
Yeah,
a
you
Frank.
can.
You can pogo on the snow.
It's kind of hard though. No, but runners still looking good actually. They're pretty good pace, really good pace, I would say still.
Yeah, these are the top runners for these games, both of them. So
Yeah, Gyarados definitely managed to widen his lead here. He's over 10 seconds, probably close to 15 seconds ahead of his opponent at this point.
Yeah, Gyarados has done really good in races. Like he kind of came from nowhere and starting to beat NES games super fast. Like all the games he plays, he's really consistent and he's really good at the games he play.
Yep, he was in the Ninja Gaiden 2 tournament that happened a few weeks back.
Finishing off Himalayas quickly.
Yeah, good boss fights from both of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to tell how good a boss fight is because you're essentially just waiting the whole time for invulnerability frames to wear off.
So there hasn't been any that big of mistakes yet. So this is still a really close race.
Yeah,
It's really just been... Oh, go on.
No, please.
I was thinking it's mostly minor execution errors that have caused the lead right here. We haven't really seen any big mistakes, but there's a lot of pretty fragile stuff in the run, so there's a lot that could change either way.
Why no game sound? Is there a game sound?
Should be a game sound.
Should be.
All right, here's another boss, sort of like Magica, where he's up in the air and you have to take an intentional hit, and then you deal 2 more hits to him while he's up there. And you don't know where he's going to appear, so you have to react a little bit. And you see Gyarados bouncing high in the air so he can grab the rope pretty high up. Crescendo doing the same thing.
And Team Dugbone is in the lead.
Yep.
And we're moving on to the next game, which is... What game is that?
Rescue Rangers.
The Chippendale.
Yep, we got Velociraptor versus Crazy Rasmus.
Some arrows there. Real good.
So we got one Chip run and one Dale run. Not really very much difference between the two. The characters are just sprite swaps. In 2 players, they spawn in different spots, so there's a little bit of a difference. But in 1 player, it's exactly the same.
I think I lost my... Oh, good.
Yeah, Fiesel, you played this game a lot. You know that.
Yeah, I ran this game back 2011, somewhere around then. Yeah, it's a real fun game. It's great. It's an easy platformer to pick up. It's got it's the most controllable platformer I can think of. It's like everything reacts perfectly.
It is one of the games when people ask if what game should I speedrun, an easy game. It's one of the first game that comes in mind when people want to learn a game.
Yep, there's no momentum. You can turn around on a dime. There's no acceleration. You have 100% control of your jump height, down from 0 to maximum. And except for the second boss, it's all very predictable boss fights. So it's really a great first speed game.
Sorry about that. Forgot about the names here.
A little bit of tech here, just you can walk back and forth to turn these faucets off rather than having to jump on them, slightly faster than jumping. This is a game where you can get pretty close to the tasks, except there are maybe a few minor things the tasks can do that humans don't, but this game is probably most interesting as a 2-player game. There's a whole lot of routing to be done for that, but we haven't seen a lot of people do 1 or 2. What do you call it? 1 player, 2 controllers for this game.
There's a couple of people that has
Some people. I mean, I've tried it. I know a few people have done pretty good runs like that. But I mean, I'd like to see that just take over as the main speed category.
Let's see. I've done that actually on the 2 controller.
Yeah.
Oh, and I see you get the best pattern. Crazy Rasmus get the God pattern there on the rockets.
Yeah, so let's see. Well, what we don't want is the high pattern. See, that's the bad one. You can only get 1 hit per round if you get the high pattern. And again, another high pattern. There we go. He should be able to get 2 hits like this. And another high pattern. So really bad boss RNG. That's really the only terrible RNG in the game. This boss coming up in Area 3 here, it's a little bit, it's random which way he goes, but it doesn't make as much of a difference in the fight length as that spaceship boss RNG. And then Fat Cat's got some RNG as well, but there's backup strats even if you get a bad cigar position.
And you don't lose that much time on the boss fight, even if it would die. So, so it's kind of safe run in a race setting. There's not really a big. I can't think of a really big time loss.
I mean, taking a death in
Yeah,
J-
at those stage, of course, yeah.
yeah, it would be bad.
That would be real bad.
All right, yeah, this is a stage where there's a lot of damage boosting going on, and we saw in that case, Velociraptor didn't take the acorn to refill his health, whereas Rasmus did, so slight difference in time from that. But here's the robot boss fight. Yeah, the pattern's not great. You want that robot to go all the way over to the left, and that way you can hit him multiple times per cycle. But even if you get the worst RNG, it's still very little difference in the overall fight time. So yeah, robot, go ahead.
I think he catch up a little bit, Velociraptor here, right?
Yeah, Rasmus made some mistakes on the boss there. He missed the ball twice, I think.
Ooh, taking a little hit there. He didn't want to do that. So he can't go for the boosts.
Well, yeah, I think, was he trying to get the cannonball boosts at the beginning?
I don't know actually.
Oh,
There's some really tight damage boosts. Oh, a death in the vertical section here. This could be Velociraptor's chance to catch up. So this vertical shaft, it's all about getting as much height as quickly as you can in order to start the spawn of the next set of platforms. Because after you spawn them by bringing them onto the screen, you have to wait a certain amount of time for them to grow out of the wall. So you try to get past certain spawn points really quickly. And that's really the only way you can optimize this room.
So we have Team Brick in the lead now. Hopefully it's going to change a lot during this whole race, which we hope for a bit, because that makes a great show, going back and forth.
It's true, and the games they're going to get longer. We're playing some pretty short games, DuckTales and Rescue Rangers at the beginning. There's going to be longer games and more costly mistakes as it goes on. So I think this is still anyone's game. There's no way to predict anything this early. Very different routes there. That's cool.
Oh yeah. I don't think I've seen that top route before.
No, that's new to me. Maybe trying to avoid that fly boost or something? That brief slowdown from having to turn around to boost off the fly?
Yeah, maybe. I used to run this game also back a couple years, 2 years ago, I think. It's an easy game. It's pretty easy, and it's really fun to speedrun.
Yeah, this is a really quick pickup. You could learn this game in one sitting rather.
yeah, I would
And
say
this is-
this game and DuckTales is one of the most classic, easiest, like, to pick up.
I think this is easier than DuckTales because not only is the platforming easier, but the bosses are so simple, as evidenced by what we just saw right there with the
Yeah,
slot
that's true.
machine boss.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And here we go. We have some flowers. Longest cutscene of the game. It's really the only point that you can blink other than the bonus games. So this is another of the longest areas, this sewers that you see both these guys entering. A death towards the top of this would take you all the way back. I think this and the last level are really the only screens where you lose more than 15 seconds to dying.
Yeah, I would say this is the hardest stage in. Well, it's the easiest place you can die, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty tough with those squirrels and these crabs and the bubbles and all that. It's kind of complicated. I'd still say Area J is the hardest stage, but yeah, this is a close second.
So we have Dogbone in the lead now. I'm a little confused here. Do I have to?
Dogbone is Rasmus, who is the one on Channel 4, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's in the lead, yeah, by
Yeah.
a good 15 seconds, I'd say.
So it's 15 seconds.
Well, that's my guess. And he boosts off the bird rather than taking the low route to throw the box at the bird. That's a strat that I was not using back when I ran this a number of years ago, so relatively new. Both these guys doing it. Every time you have to pick up a box, it slows you down, so anytime you can boost instead of picking up and throwing a box is probably an advantage. It's
There's
free to
a-
pick up boxes in midair, too, while you're jumping, so sometimes you can snag one of these boxes without touching the ground and grab them for free. Like that.
There's a task strat coming up here on this caterpillar boss. I think it saves like 5 seconds, right? One cycle. It's a pretty important
Yeah.
trick in this race. 5 seconds is a lot of time in this game.
Right. So yeah, this caterpillar, you got to hit him 5 times, and you want to delay the first hit till he's just past the center, and get 3 hits before he crosses. And now you can get your last 2 hits after he reconstitutes there. And if you were to do the more straightforward strategy, it would take an extra cycle of him disassembling and reassembling. And it looks like they both got it, so great job there, saving a pretty significant amount of time.
And on to the last stage.
Yep, best music in the game and the hardest stage. Their health is going to be used all over the place here. There's so many damage boosts, but we'll have to see how many damage boosts they go for. But
Velociraptor takes a death there. That is uncharacteristic, I think. That's a kind of weird place to die. I wonder if there's a lot of nerfs going on now.
only taking 1 damage boost from the axes on Rasmus's run here. There's a lot of different ways to do that axes section, but he really had to be careful with his health. Fortunately, he gets a refill here.
Yeah, as long as you get past that section, you get a full refill, so...
Yeah. This part right here sometimes gives people trouble jumping over that plunger, but no problem for Rasmus.
So this can go anyway now if Rasmus die on the fat cat. Looks like he got a good pattern. Oh, he dodged it. That was really good. That was a good reaction there. He dodged the bad pattern.
Right, yeah, depending on which way that cigar points, your safe spot changes. So, oh, an accidental hit for Phil over there. He's going to have some... Oh, he's all right. He's all right. He gets his health refill. He's just got to be really careful. Cannot afford to get sent back again.
So Team Dogbomb move on to Batman.
That's our game, I think.
That's our game. It's a hard platformer. One of the hardest platformer for casual play on the NES when you were a kid. So it got tons of hard tricks in it. It's gonna be fun to see if they're gonna go for everything or if they're gonna go for the safer approach. Meanwhile, Phil is having some
Struggling
Yeah,
with
some cigar patterns. He finally gets it under control.
Ooh, and there it goes. And
There
Team
it
Brick
finishes off.
Team Brick moves on to Batman also. So that gives Team Dogbomb a lead of I would say about 1 minute here.
Yeah, about 1 minute.
1 minute 20, I would say.
Yeah, we got Just Defend here play already about a minute into Batman, pretty far in. This is another relatively short game. It seems like there's more to it than it is, but the speedrun is just so fast. This run is going to be very much about boss fights. I think that these guys will probably have a good handle on the platforming sections, but the boss fights could be really punishing.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go too fancy with all the tricks that saves a couple of seconds. And the thing is, you lose a lot of time if you miss
Right.
those tricks. So, and Dexter actually has the world record in this game with a astonishing 10:06.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see the beginning of the both players. I would say that the game mostly is down to the ammo, not the
Mostly
boss
ammo.
fights.
Really.
Yeah, because if you don't have the correct ammo count, it can be really punishing in terms of a few tricks where you need to stop and kill the enemies with the with the punches and everything. So
It looked like both player has a lot of ammo here, so that shouldn't be a problem. The first screen of this game is the most important one. If you do it exactly the same thing all the time, you get the same drops. You pretty much settle for the whole run after that. And it looks like they are above 60, so that is really good.
see, I can see that Andy has some lag on his stream, but see if I can restart it after boss fight here, after the next boss fight. But Just Defend, he's cruising at the moment. He's been doing really good.
He's playing really good. No big mistakes so far. He got plenty of health for the boss coming up, which is good. If you have 3 or lower, you have to do a backup strat with a gun, and probably costs you about almost 10 seconds, I think. So he's good on health here, and good ammo also. Let's see if we can execute this boss here. Looks like you don't have any problem at all with this. Looks like he has put into practice. Was a clean fight.
Yeah, looking good, looking good. What I like about Batman is it's not that RNG heavy actually. It's mostly down to like personal skill, I would say. And it's also one of the things that I hate the most in speedrunning. It's the RNG itself, because it can be kind of punishing when you want a PB or something.
And this game is basically come down to whether you get there's a glitch at the end when you kill Joker at the same frame as his lightning hits the ground, and it saves about 4.5 seconds. So it all comes down to the last frame of the whole game. If you're gonna go for the record in this, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, really crazy.
And Just Defend just cruising through this.
Yeah, he's doing really good. He's doing really good. I mean, you saw him play at the last Awesome Games Done Quick, and he almost won. And he was a bit unlucky on the Joker fight, but he's a really good player. That he hasn't been mentioned that a lot in the Batman scene, but he's a really good player.
Worth noticing that I finished last in that race. And I kind of think I was thinking Andy was gonna pick up some good amount of time here, because Andy's been doing really strong with his practice, getting really low 10, 17, 10, 18.
Yeah, so he can catch up a little bit. But Just Defend is doing really good, so we'll see.
Andy is playing really good now. Along with JD also is cruising through the stages.
And sorry again about Andy's lag there. There's nothing I can do about it at the moment.
So let's see if Just Defend gets the quick kill here on the fire guy. Can't remember his name. Executioner?
Extinguisher? No, I think it's Executioner, right?
He had a clean fight though, JD.
Yeah, that was really good. That's probably what you get during a normal run, I would say.
I actually think Andy is picking up a couple of seconds here and there. He's playing really good now. Let's see how it goes. This is one of the hardest stage in the game. RNG heavy with the jumpers, where Just Defend is now. Looks like he got through it.
He didn't get the best. He didn't get the best pattern, but he did use a backup, so the jumper didn't follow him that much. So.
And health is looking really good for Just Defend and Andy also. It's very unusual you have full health at this point. So both guys are doing really good here. Andy is going for the cog skips, taking those 2 intentional damage. It's a pretty bit risky for a race like this.
I'm guessing that he has the stream open, so we want to save pretty much all that he can.
Yeah, he usually watch the streams when he races, so can see where it is.
But like we said, the Andy is really consistent in this game, so he probably goes for it every time.
As of now, I think Just Defend is on cruise control. He's just killing the levels now.
Oh, he's doing really good, really good.
And Ende is getting a good 4-1 pattern also, so he's gonna pick up some time there. Almost perfect stage from Ende there. Oh, I didn't see. Did JD go for the Diggler?
Don't believe he did.
I was watching Ende there. It's basically a 2-frame punch, and if you miss, you're gonna lose about 10-12 seconds. So. I guess that's not a good thing for a relay race like this, but here is the cruiser run part of this run, the cubes. Justifan have 4 health, so it should be good, but he can get a bad pattern, and he gets a bad pattern here. So let's see how he.
Oh, that's not good.
How he can do this. He takes 2 damage there. That's bad. That's bad. And he dies. He dies. That's the bad pattern on the cubes there. But he should be able to finish it off now. But that's gonna get break back with about 15 seconds. I think 10 seconds. And JD finishes the boss off there. Spoilers. How can I? Okay. How can I be ahead of stream? Impossible. That's impossible.
Let's see, I'm gonna.
I guess you can talk a little bit then, Dexter, if I'm ahead. I see they say in chat Swedish internet is too fast, and
Yeah, it's probably that. No, but Just Defend, like we said, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. So
it's cruising.
it's cruising. And Andy on the cube boss now, he also gets a bad pattern actually, but he actually has a pretty good strat for it, and I think he's gonna. Ooh, it's gonna be close. No, he finishes off even with the bad pattern, so he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
And
So let's see if Justifan can beat the boss this time. He actually lost the HDQ race on the Joker.
he struggled a little bit with the climb there, but nothing major, I would say. Let's see. See if he goes for the pixel, and he gets it actually. I think it's kind of tricky to get in the left side, but it gets it kind of quick actually. So.
Ooh, we only have 1 health left though.
Joker runs to the left. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, he dies on Joker.
He dies on Joker again. It's HDQ.
It's all over again. Yeah, it's gonna give Andy some time to get back some time.
He
here.
dies again. What is going on? He game over.
Ouch! And
This is
he
gonna-
dies and game overs. Yeah, it's gonna cost Team Dogbone a little bit of time actually.
This is gonna put Team Brick in the lead with a significant amount of time.
Yeah, about 1.5 minutes, I would say.
How am I giving spoilers? What's up with my?
Yeah, I think you need to refresh, Dexter.
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, it was gonna happen anyway, so no harm.
And Andy finishes off Batman and not Joker.
Team spoilers, huh? Okay, I'm refreshing here. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry for that.
So you watching level 1 of Ninja Gaiden for our Team Brick?
And let's see here, there it is. Professor Rich on stage 1.
Okay, we're about to see him go into the well, not yet.
Had to refresh Just defend here.
All right,
Sorry.
now into the boss
Yeah,
room.
it's in the boss fight.
Okay, and I have him fading in, and now slashing. Is that close?
Yep, yep.
Okay, good. So there we go, the spin slash boss fight. Easiest boss in the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna focus a little bit on just defend here and see how he does with Joker, but I believe he's gonna able to finish him off now. And there we go, just defend kills Joker.
Nice going. So a full level behind at this point, Team Dogbone, but there's plenty of room to catch up. And there's some pretty punishing deaths in Ninja Gaiden. You could be set back 20 or 30 seconds at a time, depending on where you die. And deaths are pretty common because there's a lot of places where you can just get knocked off the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I kind of compare this game with like Castlevania, where you get hit everywhere and just kind of morphs down to where hit or something kills you off. But, Team Brick has a significant lead here, and but we know that Arcus has done some real practice when it comes to Minigaiden, and
He has been smashing the record this month. He's in the best shape ever, I would say.
yep, definitely.
I've seen Rich playing really good also.
Yeah, he actually got a PB right before the relay race here
Yeah.
with a 11:54, and that's not too far off Arcus time actually.
Oh, did you really get a 54?
Yeah.
That is crazy. So this is a really hard game. So the amount of skill here is really good for on these runners.
Yeah, in compared to Ninja Gaiden 2, where probably most of you have seen now where Sinister has his tournament, Ninja Gaiden 1 involves a little bit more RNG in terms of projectiles from enemies, and can it really give you some tough time throughout the game.
Yeah, the biggest thing I think that makes this a real pain is dying to the final boss, dying in the final boss rush, having to replay the entire world, not just the stage, but the whole world. World 5 or 6?
6, yeah.
6.
So how much do you think we have between the two teams now, time-wise? In the
3-2 to 2-2, I'd say 45 seconds.
45 seconds. So they can twist at any point here.
3-2 is about 45 seconds long, so I'm guessing up to a minute actually.
Maybe up to a minute. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I could see that. Well, we got Fire Wheel going into the boss here. This is going to be pretty important, because fighting this guy without Fire Wheel and sufficient Ninpo is really, really slow. So hope he doesn't miss. No problem. Am I in sync with the boss?
I think you're behind again a little bit. Yeah.
Behind? Oh, he just hits.
I'm afraid to talk now, so I'm just,
All right, let me resync then.
I'm just gonna say who's the record holder.
All right.
And Rich gets a kind of tricky bat boost there, and saves a little bit of time. And Arcus struggled a little bit with his own bird boost there, but should be fine. Only lost like 2 seconds.
Just give fake spoilers, okay.
Yeah. Ooh, and Arcus actually places a bit safe there at the very end of 3-2. I think that's one of the things that he does during a race, that he waits for the dog to go past him, then he jumps over. Only costs like 2 seconds, but it might be wise during a race like this, because if you die there is 45 seconds lost straight off.
Is there a safer way to do the last boss, or do you just have to wing it every time? Or can you?
Jacchio, last boss?
Oh, the last one. Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
if you die there, you're gonna lose like what is that? 2 minutes?
Yeah, that's 2 minutes right off. Well, you have the spin slash on the first form, and that's kind of free. You just jump in and kill him. But the second form, you really need to practice your mashing, which you will be seeing later on. Oh, Infested Rich takes death. Doesn't cost that much, but still it makes.
Oh, that means I'm behind, so I can start talking.
No, but like I said on the last boss, you really need to get your mashing down if you wanna kind of have like an easy session with him. But I think it's the second form it's the hardest.
And Arcus is cruising like always.
Yeah.
Oh, not a good job with the slash canceling there, having to clean up this fight. It is possible to kill that thing before he starts moving.
Yeah, since he died, he lost his spin slash, so we had to rely on his canceling there, cancel slashes. So he missed one jump, so it cost him about 10 seconds overall, since he didn't have the spin slash.
There's some really cool boosts in this stage here, 5-1.
It's almost like they made this game so you can boost. It's so weird.
Right. And the way those birds can be manipulated to stay on the screen. Yeah, good stuff.
See how he does this part. Yeah, he uses the orange star.
Just use. Yep, there's some pretty tricky. That's a good backup strat, but there's some tricky boosts you can do. But not worth risking that.
That like 1 second before it is.
Right.
And again, 5-1 is also one of the longer stages, so if he would have died there, it would have been like 30 seconds lost right away. And I believe Arcus is gonna use the same strat actually, so. But yeah, this game is known to be one of the harder games in the NES library, so you will see some mistakes during a run, I would say.
Right, and they're playing it pretty close with their health here. These bird boosts take a lot of damage, so they really got to be careful. It's easy to die just from life, not just from falling off the screen.
Yeah, I believe it's the only enemy that does the same damage as the last boss does.
Right.
And it's pretty close there for Infested Rich with the projectiles there, but he gets a pretty good boost there called, well, we call it the SP boost now, I believe, not the Sex Panther, but it saves a bit amount of time there, so. And Rich getting to the boss there with the 107, that's a really good time for 5-3 actually.
And nice, easy, quick kill if you've got the spin slash.
Yeah. Let's see how Arcus does with the Sex Panther boost. Yes, and he gets it. If you miss that, you lose about 5 seconds, I believe.
So it looks like there's about 40 seconds between the two teams now.
Yeah, I believe Arcus, yeah, since Rich died on, what was it, 3-2, Arcus has regained some time there, so about 40 seconds.
Rich had some trouble there, took 2 hits.
Yeah.
So that would cost him a couple, maybe 5 seconds. If I'm looking at the correct... Maybe I don't. Maybe I switched them up. But maybe that's where I'm...
You probably saw Professor Rich do some ladder ladder jumps there. That's one of the later strats that's been implemented to this game. If you want to go for the world record, I would say you need to do those small ladder jumps to gain like about 1 second throughout the whole run. If you do them on like every ladder.
Yeah, those ladder jumps are really hard.
Yeah.
You got the extra boost, right?
No, he went for the backup.
The backup boost.
No, didn't lose that much time, and he actually got a good boost there on the first screen there on 6-3. Since the Hammer Bros can give you somewhat a bad pattern, we'll see how they do for Arcus.
Look how Arcus is cruising here.
Great bird boost from Infested Rich.
Yeah. And I believe Arcus was gonna go for the exo boost there, but he messed up one jump there, so we had to go for the backup. And Rich is about to go into the final boss.
And he only needs 1 spin slash for this.
Yeah.
And there's no way to keep spin slash, so the other 2 forms you have to do low percent style. So you see him right there practicing his mashing his sword cancel. So the idea is you're trying to be able to slash again before the game is supposed to let you by pressing down. So you slash and you got to press down and then slash again, and you can if you do that really quickly, you can attack very fast without having to wait for the cooldown animation. And that was a great fight there.
Yeah, that
from
was
Rich.
like a 3.5 rounder. That's pretty good actually.
And again, for this boss, this is a little less critical. The second form is really the hard part. But this, especially if you're going to leave the tail alive like what he's doing, this is very very tricky to pull off. And he's so low on health, he's got to kill the tail. Oh, dead from shrimp. This is it, guys. Back to 6-1,
Yeah.
guys. Back to 6-1.
So that's gonna cost Team Brick a lot of time actually. We're talking about 2 minutes, but
He's killing the tail. Arcus knows. Arcus knows what's up.
yeah. Oh. Danger. He's also struggling a little bit, but oh, and he is through. And we have Comrade Control with some Castlevania here.
That is a big time loss right there.
Yeah.
Like we said, in a race, anything can happen. There's a lot of games coming up which they can take that time back. It's very unfortunate, actually.
Yeah, it's something that you really not want to do during a relay race, but like we said, Ninja Gaiden is one of the hard games on the NES library, so we can't really blame Rich for it either, because that's how the game is. It's really hard.
Yeah. Let's
that
see if
setback.
he can keep it together now. I think he kind of.
I think he's got it the second time around. He can even come in with Spin Slash now.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to refight the other forms, so you don't have the cutscene that takes your item away. So he can do that final boss with Spin Slash if he
Yeah,
wants to.
it's gonna be a really quick fight here. Just killing off the head and then another Spin Slash on the heart. So
That was actually one of the biggest. I think that's one of the biggest time loss in the whole race.
Oh, that's got to be the biggest time
if
loss.
you die on
Right
that
there.
boss.
Yep.
So it's very unfortunate, but
and looking at the camera control screen here, we can see him getting to the bat fight here, and we'll see if he can get the quick kill here. And he does.
Oh wow, I'm 5 seconds ahead of you again.
oh, I'm 30 seconds behind again.
Let me know if you refresh his stream.
Oh wait, I was watching. No, I was watching the correct screen, right? Yeah.
yeah, I was watching this also on the wrong screen. Also.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and Rich is done.
And Kamek is the record holder for this game also. So, but the Kamek and Comrade, I think there's only like 5 seconds between those guys in this game. So But
another punishing game, I would say.
yeah,
Mhm.
this is also a game you can lose a lot of time if you die, if you lose the sub weapons and all that. But I'm sure both of these guys have practice, so they know what to do, even if they only have the whip. So it won't matter that much, I think.
Yeah, it's good to know whip only strats, just as if you're going to race this game. Same thing in Ninja Gaiden, I would say. It's good to know, no item strats, because you never know when you'll need those backup strats.
Yeah, definitely.
And Holy Water getting some use. It depends which Castlevania game how good the Holy Water is, but in this one, Holy Water is a pretty good weapon.
Yeah, I mean it's. Well, I can remember. Yeah, it stuns every boss, right? Except the last one too.
So yeah, we're gonna stun lock some bosses here. Then we saw the non-quick kill version of the bat fight. Well, that was still a quick kill, but not the critical hit bug.
Oh, did the Comrade, he get that
Yeah,
frame?
he got the quick kill on the bat.
The frame perfect bat crit hit? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Avoiding the triple multiplier.
Yeah,
Did you see that? Kamek jumped right over it.
Yeah, I'm thinking why, but he's probably gonna change to.
Change weapons. Boomerang.
No, what is it? Oh, he's gonna get a holy water also.
Oh, Holy Water.
Yeah, I think that changed.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
The route changed to the holy water again. He used to do the crosshair, but
Comrade control with the death there actually, and it's gonna cost him a little bit of time. He was like, he was kind of lucky that he didn't die later on the stage because he can still get the holy water. So
yeah, you really want the holy water for this boss coming up here.
yeah, definitely.
Ooh. Careful here with these birds.
Ooh. Yeah, he's having a little bit unlucky with the patterns there with skeletons, but he's through now.
Taking hits is
Yeah.
this is looking bad for Comrade here.
Yeah, it might be nerves. Who knows?
But Kamek is cruising. He's playing really good now.
Oh, okay.
And Kamek is saving the short whip for a trick coming up in stage 3, I think. Probably gonna go for the bat boost.
I mean, even though that they're having some mistakes here, they know what they're doing. I mean, they can probably pull off some backup strats here and there.
Hopefully you can't hear my neighbor playing music now. I think they have a party. Can you hear
Man,
it?
No,
No,
here.
Okay.
I'm so focused on what's going on here. Comrade is just narrowly avoiding
Yeah, it was
death
so
over and
close.
over again.
Yeah.
So close.
This is a nail biter.
And he's doing the jumps over the skeleton.
How is he going to do this boss fight?
No, that was
Yeah. He had the boomerang for the boss fight. Weren't we speculating it was going to be Holy Water
For the mummy fight, there's a even quicker kill with the
with boomerang?
Yeah,
boomerang.
yeah, he used
Cross, rather.
the cross there. Yeah.
Well, the
But
boomerang is.
he diced those. this is neck to neck now. This is a race again, boys.
Yeah. Anything can happen during.
He used
Cross, rather.
the cross there. Yeah.
Well, the
But
boomerang is.
he diced those. this is neck to neck now. This is a race again, boys.
Yeah. Anything can happen during a race.
All right, well, it's a whip only fight here for Comrade. Let's see. He's got a lot of health.
The mummy isn't that hard with the whip only because you can double hit the mummies.
Kamek clutching it out with the bats jumping over the pit there.
And there we go, Comrade finishing off the mummies
With whip only.
with the whip only. So he struggled a little bit there. We'll see now when K-Mac enters the boss if you can get the quick kill here.
Yeah, you're gonna see him when you pile those two mummies up. The cross do multiple hits if they
His
are.
health, though,
Oh. Yeah, he was a little bit unlucky there with the mummy patterns. What you want the mummies to do is you want them to overlap each other, so damage is kind of alternating every frame. I believe it's something like that.
That was a big chance for Team Break to pick up some serious time there.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
But both players having trouble with this boss. This is who would have thought that this would be one of the sticking points in the run.
Conrad almost gets thrown down to the pit there, but
And
So
the
these are
thing
some
is,
very different. Oh, he's got short whip.
the thing is so much harder because they save the short whip just to do the bad skip coming up on the next stage.
yeah, we'll. Conrad used the long whip, right?
Conrad,
That's correct.
yeah, he still have the long whip, but the saving the short whip, it doesn't save that much time. I think it saves about 10 or 8 seconds if they get the skip, which is really hard to get. Also,
Yeah, we'll see how K-Mac does this. I know he's pretty consistent with it, but
also I will post a straw poll again here. See what people think is gonna win.
so if you look at no, he didn't line up the bat at the correct angle. So what he was supposed to do there is get the bat at the correct angle so he can boost off up on the mountain there.
Yeah, he
and
can
just
wa-
walk
yeah.
over it.
That's the whole reason saving the short whip for the whole run so far. You're gonna pick up the long whip now, so.
You used to run this, right? By breaks for a short time,
I ran it for 2 days.
and you got a sub 13, right?
Yeah, I was practicing for the first or the second Big 20 race, so it's super hard game if you play casual, like. But if you learn the speedrun strat, it's actually not that hard. Well, it's gonna take a couple of attempts to get a good time, but
Yeah.
it's yeah, I got a under 30 minutes, so I was really happy with that time. But these guys are a class of their own.
Yeah, they're pros at this. So
We're gonna see if they're gonna go on Dracula. That's gonna make a lot of changes there. If they go for the crit hit, so the crit hit is if you get hit the same frame as you hit the boss with a whip, it's gonna do half. I think it's half of the damage there. So it's one frame. So if they go for it, it's very easy to die on the last boss. So. I'm not sure if they're gonna go for it though.
I mean, if they get good patterns with the monkeys, so they don't take that much damage, they might go for one hit, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, K-Mac, who's behind, might go for it, and Comrade, that has died maybe once or twice, might go a little bit safer.
Some low health here for Comrade. I worry because there's a lot of things that'll do a bunch of damage in this stage.
Yeah. I mean, he could have gone and went for the extra health there in the wall, but he skipped it.
He skipped it, yeah. All right, well, here we are approaching this boss fight. Fortunately, he's got the holy water and enough, I want to say ninpo, enough hearts to keep this thing stun locked, I hope.
Oh god. Let's see here.
The death fight in this game is probably one of the easiest fights if you have the holy water, and probably the hardest fight if you don't have any sub weapons. So.
Yeah, if you do this whip only, the death boss is probably going to be the main stopping point for you.
Yeah. But I know Kamek is really good fighting death also with the whip. So shouldn't be a problem at all for him. Looks good. He has the holy water here, so. They're taking the damage boost. They go in full all in with the strats here though. So anything can happen now. Comrade picks up the backup health, which is probably a good idea here.
So do we have another stun-locked death fight? But yeah, a whole stage apart now, though. Conrad making his way into the final boss fight as K-Mac is just entering the final level, so big separation between these two right now.
And meanwhile, the Mexican runner is saying he want to go for a hard trick and asking the team captain if he can do it.
Well, at this point, his team is quite a bit ahead, so he can afford to take some risks. Contra is, in general, not a very risky game because when you die, you start right where you left off. As long as you're familiar with how to do low percent and not be reliant on the spread gun, you're not going to see huge losses from Contra unless someone game overs.
And Comrade just did those crit hits, which I talked about earlier, which is really crazy. It's a one-frame trick. I saw he did one, but the chat says he did two of them. That is just crazy.
So we've already got TMR tearing his way through the first stage of Contra. This is a no-stop level, right up to the end boss. There's no stopping of the screen. Well, giving the F-gun some use there, making sure that we get that in the run somewhere.
You can see that K-Mac went for one of the
K-Mac went, yeah, he went for it also. I couldn't see if he got it.
No, I didn't get it.
No, he didn't get it there. TMR is moving on to Contra here.
Trying to keep this guy stun locked. Ooh. This is a tricky fight, even with the holy water.
Able to pull through.
Closing off and pass the torch to Schmick Trick.
Right, so Zmick's coming in at level 1 as TMR is already maybe a third of the way into the second level, so still a big difference, but, well, a lot of things could go wrong still. There's many games to go. We're not even at the halfway point. Or we are at the halfway point, actually. This is game number 6.
Oh, sorry. And should be able to see Smick now on the screen. Yeah.
And TMR is just coming from his 2-year anniversary of his NESmania. She trying to beat every NES game. I think it's about 470 games now, so he's been putting a lot of work on the NES.
That's right. He has had the record for Contra at one point in time before DK took it. So he is certainly one of the most knowledgeable Contra runners, most experienced.
I think I had has the second best time, or
I think that could be right.
yeah, I think it's the number 2 on Contra.
And there he is jumping over the fire. Hopefully I'm synced up here, but
Yeah.
okay. But that's a relatively hard trick to get. I'm not sure if we're going to see any ledge skips here. There's some subpixel positioning that sometimes lets you land on a ledge that is otherwise too high to land on. And some manipulations were found to set up the subpixels so that you can do that, but I'm not really sure. I haven't seen him do it at any point here.
I think he practiced for it, and it looked like that he went for the patterns also, but...
It's gonna be interesting to see if TMR is gonna go for the one frame jump on the snowfield.
Yeah, Snowfield. That's a really minor time savings too. So I don't know.
If I know TMR right, he wants to do it so bad, but let's see if he can hold back or if he's gonna go for it.
All right, we'll see what kind of strats Zmick uses here in Area 3.
I think TMR knows that
He just got one.
that they are a bit ahead, so maybe he's gonna go for it.
Ooh, safe strats here with the flames. He actually doesn't jump over the flame. Instead, he stops and grabs the barrier. TMR did the risky jump, but I believe Zmick back there got one of those extra tall jumps, whatever you want to call that trick where you land a spot you're not supposed to. He got one at the beginning.
Yeah, you save a jump by doing a manipulation there, so you can
Right.
jump higher. I don't know how it works though, but
Oh, so only one. I believe there's at least two that you can do in this stage.
Yeah, two jumps.
and these bases is all about mashing. If you have good mashing, it's you can save a lot of time here, speedrunning wise. And when we talk about a lot of times, 2 seconds is a lot of time. So it's not that much in a race, but for a speedrun, it's very important.
So this boss here has a quick kill. I'm not really sure how much you can manipulate it, or if it's a little bit luck based, but we're not seeing it. This is not the quick kill, but it is possible to kill those extremely fast. I think only one cycle of opening and closing.
I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's just mashing fast.
I think it is, because I think you're hitting him you're hitting the boss while it's not while it's separated. You know, I think.
Yeah, you need to hit him the exact frame it's about to split.
Yeah.
Then you activate the glitch, so you can hit him when he's apart.
So what are we looking for in Snowfield? Where's the jump?
Jump coming up.
That was the one.
did it.
He
Oh,
went for it, but he
missed.
didn't get it.
He went for it.
he was really early on that though. That looked so wrong from the start. But
I
your
think it was
jumps.
It was probably one or two frames away making that jump. He went for it though.
But he
Nice
knew,
thing is-
he knew that he could get the backups here. So
Exactly. You get your spread gun right back.
I'm actually glad he went for it. You should go for that jump. I know he's all about that jump. And since they have so big lead, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, deaths in this game are not that punishing as long as you know where your next weapon's coming from, or you're just comfortable doing low percent strats. Most of the bosses aren't that much slower. Well, I don't know. That depends. It depends how good you are at mashing.
And the next game coming up is Mega Man 2, and we saw in the Mega Man 2 tournament on Speedruns Live that a lot of people lost a lot of time there. So that is going to be a very interesting game for the outcome of this race.
Probably the longest game of this list so far.
So far it is.
So
yes.
far, like Zelda's going to be the longest, right?
Yeah.
And Mega Man 2 second, I think.
There is potential soft locks in that game also, so like we said, anything can happen. This is not over by far.
All right, Energy Zone. We have some global timer stuff going on with these flame jets. Not these here necessarily. Well, yeah, the ones that we care about are coming up. And so you got to be prepared for whatever pattern you get. So you might see some minor time loss, but these guys know how to deal with every pattern that they could get out of these flames. So yeah, another death from TMR. This is actually a pretty unfortunate spot to take a death, because it's going to be a while before he gets the spread gun back. And he does have to fight this boss with the pea shooter, which he's, I'm sure, very familiar with. And that was a relatively
that was a pretty
cooperative
good
pattern.
fight there. With
Yeah, the less that guy jumps, the better, really. Alright, these crushers are on a global timer. Again, it shouldn't make too much of a difference because he's used to dealing with all the different patterns here, but just something to be aware of. He may be having to react a bit.
Fiesel, could you check your Skype just a bit quick here?
Sure.
And you can see TMR picking up the shield there, and I don't think you picked up that originally, like 3 years back or something. But
I think TMR came up with that strat. They picked up the shield just so they can go through one of the spike walls, just like he did there. It's a pretty precise trick, also.
I will see. No, TMR did not go for the pause trick there. It's kind of hard to describe that trick actually. But if you pause, there's like an invisible timer that triggers the claws going down, like alternating. But if you pause at the very right time when it's about to go down, you can skip the action for the claw to go down, so you can just walk past it.
This last stage shouldn't be a problem at all. They did it thousands of times. It's the final stretch. I don't think there's no problem at all here.
Yeah, usually the runners breathe a sigh of relief when they enter the stage because there's nothing really that's going to go wrong. But then again, it's a race and there's nerves, so...
I remember when DK took the record, he was saying like, "Oh, same with plate, mama, I'm coming home." When he entered the stage, and it was hilarious. Same with plate, mama.
Oh, having some bad luck with those crawlers.
But he finishes off.
Oh, this part right here is so dangerous. There we go. Yeah, what you don't want is to come into this stage without the spread gun because the mini boss at the beginning is going to be real slow.
And we got... Who is it? Medura. Going to Mega Man 2, and we're going to get some help here with the commentary on this one. We've invited Darkman for this, and hopefully he's online now on Skype call.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing, Darkman?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fine. Hopefully you can help us here with some Mega Man.
Sure.
Have you given the link to
Do you have the stream up?
the stream? The less delay stream?
Yeah.
There we go.
So this game is a lot of things can happen in this game, right, Darkman? Like I saw in the tournament, a lot of like top players were losing in this game.
Yeah, so the thing about Mega Man 2 is it's very interesting because there is a lot that can kind of go wrong with this game. Kind of a lot of like hard tricks you have to pull off, and basically if you make one mistake in this game, this is a potentially like a mistake that could cost you minutes, not seconds. So a very brutal game, so to speak, but you know, to see people pull it off, very like good, like, you know, top level players that can do it, and so like for them to be able to pull off the tricks that are necessary to get a really good time in this game, it's really impressive to watch.
So what do you think is the crucial moment? And is it the sip when you can soft lock when you go over the top into the door? That's the first real big time loss. If they go for it though.
Sorry, say that again. Which sip were we talking about?
The sip where you can soft lock. Isn't it on the third stage?
There's quite a few zips you can soft lock, and actually, like there's for instance the zip in wood you can soft lock, the zip in quick you can soft lock. There's the zip in crash that you can soft lock. There's a lot of places that you can potentially soft lock or just like totally mess up. So any most zips in this game are pretty devastating if you messed up, so just kind of something to keep an eye on with any zip.
The good thing is that there are passwords for the game, so they can continue the race, but it's gonna be a big time loss if anyone soft locks.
Yep, definitely. Just trying to boot up. Which one is it number 1 for the other one?
Number 1 should be break.
Number 1, yeah. B1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright. Let's just... Okay, so Nadua coming up to the first sections. The first zip you're going to see is one of the easier ones in the game. This is one of the few usages of item 3 you use to zip. So you can actually zip in 2 ways. You can use item 3 to zip, and you can use item... it's item 1 and item 2, excuse me. So yeah, that one there is like one of the few times you'll see that zip. Most of the times it's going to be the other method you'll see zipping. So both of them following the same route, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, they should be following the same route. The first 3 or 4 stages are pretty much mandatory to follow in that order, a bit between flash, heat, air, and then quick. After that, you can kind of change it up. It doesn't really change too much, but for the most part, everybody follows the same route. So Nadua you see coming up to Heatman the boss. So Heatman actually has a little RNG in it. They're both playing in normal mode, so it's not as devastating of RNG, but basically Heatman, as you can see him kind of zipping through, he zips in like 3 different patterns, and that's frame based. It's either 30, 60, or 90 frames. So obviously you want him to do 30 frames because that's a lot faster than 90 frames. We're talking a second, for each hit. So it was a pretty good fight for Nadua.
It's gonna be interesting because Nadua is kind of known for go for all the crazy stuff. I think the first thing is coming up is the fast air, where you can lose a lot of time. Is that the next stage?
Yes, so air is the next stage.
Okay.
Yeah, fast air is definitely a really hard trick. Basically, how it works is he's going to be using the little item 1 platforms to kind of bypass the scrolling cloud platform section of the stage. And basically, if you get hit even once, it could be potentially annoying to kind of deal with, depending on where you get hit. There's kind of like a different ways, I guess, you can get hit that are potential. Some of them are kind of like really bad. Some of them are not so bad. So we'll just see how it goes out for Nadua. And Toad coming up to Heatman as well. Let's see how his Heatman pattern goes. So this is the fast organs you can do. Let's see if you can get it. Alright, so far so good.
I'm pretty sure he's going for it.
Yeah, most runners go for it at this point. I don't really see many not going for it. Alright, perfect. So well done by Nadua, and also Toad getting a nice little Heatman pattern there. A lot of little optimizations in Airman as well. Like you can see the little the birds dropping the eggs. Those are all kind of manipulated as well, so that they come from a certain section of the screen, and that's of course to reduce lag. Or in the second half of the stage's portion, you're going to see him kind of manipulate a bird coming from the left side of the screen instead of the right, and that's to actually carry one of the little airman things, I guess you can call it, off the screen. Kind of just saves a little bit of time there. So you're going to see right there. So he did that little wiggle there. That was to get the bird coming from the left, so he can just carry that little guy off there rather than have to kill it. So yeah, coming up to the Airman fight now. So for Nadua, the Airman pattern is actually really RNG based. You have to basically buster him depending on what his pattern is. And there's potentially a fair amount of time lost based on what he gives you. So that's not so bad for a start. Yeah, good start. So there you go. It was a really good second pattern.
What stage would you say is the most hardest one you can lose time? Is it the Wily 3? Is that the biggest obstacle?
No, Wily 3 is like the easiest. Wily 4...
Oh, Wily, I meant what?
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, I don't think you meant Wily 3. But yeah, Wily 4 you can definitely lose a lot of time. There's a lot of soft lock potential there. There's also just death potential. I mean, you have spikes all over the place in that stage. But honestly, it's more about what stages aren't a problem rather than what stages are a problem. There's so many problem stages in this game, like air, as you can see with them pulling up the fast air, like Toad managed to do. If they die there, that's a huge time loss. So just things like that. Like there's things like that in almost every single stage in this game. So there's really no safety except Y3 pretty much.
And these guys are one of the top players of the game also.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Looks like Do is going for the fast. Oh, so basically, there's two kind of zips you can do in Crash, and that's the. There's actually two versions of that fast zip that he was doing. So he was going for the zip there. That's a really hard trick to pull off. It saves like I want to say like 8 seconds or something like that. A very significant time save, but it's very difficult to pull off. One of the hardest tricks in classic Mega Man to pull off. So unfortunately, Nadua wasn't able to show it off.
It is called
I don't know.
Task Crash, right? It's
Yeah,
from a
there's-
task.
Yeah, it is from a task. That's why it's kind of famously known as. There's actually 2 different ways of doing it. I forgot which method the task uses because the task has been improved in quite a while. But let's see if I don't know if Toad goes for it. Let's see if he's gonna try it. There's really not too much of a time loss if you go for it, so you might as well give it a shot. Yes. And also, one thing to note of the Clashman stages, you have this little crash climb, I guess you could say. You use the little item 3s here to kind of get yourself up the ladders really quick. Those are actually really hard to do. I don't know the exact timings for it, but it's very precise in that you place the thing and then you kind of, I believe, turn to the left, and then you have to place it again. It's very hard to pull off very consistently. So, all right, let's see if Toad can go for the fast crash right here. Yeah, looks like he's going for it. Ah, he was really close to pulling it off, but couldn't quite it. Even after they pull off the first part, even the second part is difficult as well, so really hard to pull off. And I'm sure you're seeing, like, as you can see, Toad is finishing off the zip. You're seeing them in charge heat before they die. The reason being is that actually gets you to the menu fast, or gets you to the through your death faster. I'm not really sure why that's the case, but it is the case, so that's why everybody does that.
The most thing on this game when people haven't seen this game being speedrun before is the Woodman stage. That kind of blew everyone's mind first time they see it, and I don't even know what's going on there. So hopefully you can tell what's going on there later,
I'll
Darkman.
do my best. I'll do my best. You got the safety one up at the beginning. So one thing we didn't mention is when you are zipping in this game and you take a death from a zip, that is actually a death. You're losing lives. So the zip route in this game has perfect one-ups, or perfect lives rather. So if you don't get a drop, you end up with 0 lives. So that's why they pick up the safety one up there, just in case something goes wrong, they still have a life to continue with. So yeah, Nadua did a zip there, as you can see, and now the screen is dark. That's intentional. It saves time, of course, by zipping, but because you zip and you pass the trigger for the dark section, the screen never lights up again. So they have to do this entire section in the dark, and this section is actually not the normal section of the stage. So when you zip, you kind of like, I don't really know how to explain this well, but you kind of basically scroll through another screen, so to speak. So basically, the beams are there how they're supposed to be, but the stage, that the room that they're in are not. So Nadua actually had to use flash there, because if he doesn't use flash there, he dies. Like, he has no choice. Like, it's really interesting what zips do to this game.
And it didn't soft lock, so that's a good thing for
Yeah. That final zip in the dark, that is a potential soft lock place. So fortunately, Nadua is kind of playing it safe and making sure he doesn't do anything soft lock his game.
And Nadua points out that he would never turn on the lights in the shed.
That's a good point.
That was
There is
expected.
actually a way to turn back on the lights. I think it's like a half second.
Okay.
Or something like that. Yeah. Just to kind of, make things easier for you, but it doesn't really matter. Like, most of these people that zip through the dark, they know what they're kind of going through, so. So yeah, they just come up to Metal Man now. It's one of the easier stages, I'd say, in the run, but there's a lot of kind of tiny savers you can do with the item 1s here. So this is the first kind of important zip. Not one of the easiest zips to learn when you're starting off the run, but a huge time save. So I'm gonna see if Toad can get through the dark section, no problem.
Yeah,
See
this is this is a big, if he mess up this zip here, they're gonna be a lot behind here. So this is very important for the race if they're gonna have a chance to come back.
Perfect. Alright, so Toad taking a little bit safe as well with the Dark Zip, but still also a really good zip. Naduo actually, I think he fell down on the first attempt of the Dark Zip, so Toad gaining a little bit of ground there. Oh, Toad getting the very interesting crash pattern, or quick pattern. So quick can kind of give you like different patterns. That was probably one of the worst patterns you can get, because while his weakness is the crash bomb, if you place a crash bomb and you miss him, it goes to the wall, and you have to wait for it to explode. You can't actually fire another one. Now, interestingly enough, if Quick actually gets hit by the crash bomb as it's exploding, it does more damage than the crash bomb itself. But since you have to wait so long for the crash bomb to explode, it's a lot faster to just hit him with the bombs directly. So yeah, Naduo is coming up to wood now. Of course, Naduo's favorite stage. Everybody in chat should give him a good wood. But yeah, Woodman, so it does feature a risky section. Most of the runners tend to kind of play this safe in that they won't zip through the dogs. Instead, they'll just kind of take it slow and flash through them. Zipping is actually faster, but the reason why most don't go for it is it is a lot of potential for a soft lock here, so definitely just a lot safer to flash through. But nope, Naduo's going for it. He doesn't care. I like it.
He never cares. He's known for going for everything. So
absolutely. Yeah, so he's wiggling through no problem. There's like a lot of different things that can happen here. And let's see. Oh, perfect. So yeah, Naduo got it. And now he's going to set up this is the big zip of the wood stage. So this zip will actually take you all the way to the boss. Basically, I don't really know exactly what's happening, but again, with zipping, you kind of scroll the screen through different screens. So like you see here, right? Like you see like he's on the little section with the ladder, but he's not actually on that screen. He's on a different screen. So he knows exactly where the pits are and where they aren't. So he's kind of jumping over them. So any jump you see is pretty much that. And then he's scrolling through all these screens, and now he's going to set himself up so he can basically zip, fall in a pit, and he winds up at the boss door. So it's a really weird zip, but it works.
it's not that easy to it's not that hard to learn. Also, it's really easy, but it's really easy to mess it up. Also, if you
Certainly.
but it's a real fun zip to learn. It's not that hard. So
Absolutely.
I recommend everyone trying it out if they want to play the game.
For sure. So yeah, Toad actually going to Bubble first. So that's kind of what I was talking about with the route. So the last 4 Robot Masters of Mega Man 2, you can actually do it in pretty much whatever order you want. So, Toad decided to do Bubble before Wood. There's really no time loss whatsoever, it's just a preference. So you kind of see Toad doing the first zip. That's one of the easier zips to learn in the game as well. So a little bit slow there, but that's fine, as long as he got it. And it's coming up here. I don't know if Toad goes for it, but there is an item 2 zips. This is one of the rare times you'll see actually the item 2 be used to zip. So Toad is not going to go for it. We'll probably see Naduo try it. But you can actually zip through this entire corridor right here and get up to where he is right now. It is a very difficult zip to pull off. Also potentially fatal, so... Coming up on the Bubble Wash. There is something interesting to this fight and how he gives you his patterns, but it's not really something too big of a deal. It's just kind of little time savers here and there. Oh, so Naduo's not going for the item 2 zip either. Okay. Actually, kind of surprising. I guess maybe he didn't. I don't remember if he has learned it or not. I assume he had, but I guess not. So still fairly close. I mean, there's only really one Robot Master separating the two. That's really not that big of a time lead in this game. Again, if you make one wrong mistake, especially in the Wily stages, one wrong mistake could potentially cost you minutes. Like, in some cases, you may have to game over. In some cases, you just have to take things really slow. So just because Naduo is ahead by a Road Master doesn't really mean much, especially with this game, and of course with the games to follow. Okay, so it looks like Toad is taking wood safe. Yeah, this is the flash setup. Doing a little mini zip there. Alright, he's gonna set up the nice wood zip.
Wily Stage is coming up.
Yes. I'm sure that's everybody's favorite music. Wily 1, Wily 2. Yeah, so coming up we start. So yeah, the thing about Wily stages is energy usage is very critical. Weapon energy is very hard to come by, and pretty much if you make a mistake, that could be potentially very devastating. You have to use pretty much perfect item 2, you have to use perfect item 1, you have to use almost perfect item 3, so there's not much room for error. So yeah, this is the first kind of cool zip of Wily 1. Set it up right, perfect. Just kind of pass through this little section right here. Oh, it looks like Toad messed up the zip, unfortunately, so now he has to kind of go through the stage normally. It's really unfortunate. It does happen. Nadua is not. So there's a little zip actually here that Nadua doesn't have to climb this ladder, but instead, I guess he wasn't set up properly. It's a very hard zip to get because you have to have your third item 1 set up like very perfectly there. So if you don't get it, it's not the worst thing in the world, but obviously it'd be nice to get. I guess Toad is not too familiar with the chicken section. I mean, it's not something you would ever do if you're doing zips, so just kind of having to wing it. That's fine. Again, it's still anyone's game. Nadua could easily have an unfortunate accident or something, and Toad can gain time. So I come out to Wily 2. So we start off with a little cool zip in Wily 2. It looks really scary, but it's set up. There's a fairly good setup for it that most runners like kind of figure out on their own. So there's a little safety energy there that Nadua is getting. He doesn't have to get that energy, but of course, with this run, again, if you're doing like an RTA of this, your item 1 energy is pretty much perfect. So to get that drop is just a little safety, just in case things go wrong. Yeah, so kind of to the Wily stages. And this little section coming up for Nadua is a little bit RNG based in that you have to use wood to kill the screws. And you don't want the screws to drop anything, because you just have to wait for them to fill up your energy, and that's annoying. Ooh. It's actually really interesting. He got a big drop, but I think he's killed the screw so far down that it just didn't spawn. That was weird. But it works. Okay, so Toad getting the item 1 zip in Wily 1, pretty good. Good. Oh! Oh, Nadua went for the suicide drop.
Like I said, Nadua is known for going for everything, and that is just crazy. I don't think I have ever seen anyone go for that in a race.
I don't think so either. So what that thing over there is, I don't even know if it saves time anymore. If it does, it's like a frame or two. Like, it's super swag. He went for it and he didn't get it.
Oh, Nadua.
I like it. You know, maybe there could be a case of, him knowing that he's an ad, like whatever. But I don't know.
I don't think I ever seen that before, so it's pretty crazy.
It was something, alright.
He probably planned like, oh, I need to do that. I need to do this. Yeah, I think you went a little low, Darkman.
Oh, did I?
Oh, there.
Apologies.
Much
Okay.
better.
Yeah, I'm having a weird mic setup to deal with, so just trying to work it.
Yeah, thank you for joining in here.
Yeah, no problem. It's fun to commentate. Yeah, Wily 2 boss, of course. It's a set pattern. It doesn't matter what happens. Like it goes in a set pattern, so they know, of course, when he's coming, when he's not. Not much for that. Ooh, it's kind of low item 2 placement by Toad there, but still just enough to get you over the crash
Yep.
walls over there. So the reason why they item 2 over that is, of course, it is faster than using your crash bombs, but they need the perfect crash ammo, so they can't afford to use any there. Otherwise, they would have to get a drop. So yeah, Wily 3, not really much happening here. It's the easiest stage in the run. There's really nothing happening here.
Yeah, I would also say this while learning this game, this is the easiest
Yeah.
for sure. The boss is kind of I don't know if it's bad designed or if it's just too easy. I think.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, this is the normal mode, which is, I guess,
Oh, yeah,
the
that's-
easier version of difficult, so...
Also, if you don't know what weapon to use, it's not that easy. So that makes
Yeah.
sense.
That's true. I actually don't remember what happens in the fight because, you know, everybody's just as quick.
And Toad didn't go for that sling through there. Is it? That's probably frame perfect. I don't know, but it's not a big window. It can't be more than one frame.
It's a tiny window.
Maybe a half a frame.
It's not something I would consider going for in a race. Again, 3 jumps, so you can get anywhere from you can actually get 1 jump like this, but that's possible. Most people would get either 2 or 3 jump, like Nadua getting 3 jump there. The jumps, of course, are referring to how many times you have to jump and release your quick there. See if Toad can do better than 3, maybe he can get 2. Yeah, so coming up is Wily 4 here, and kind of surprised that it didn't go for a safety drop there. But yeah, Wily 4 is probably the most brutal stage in this run because, again, it's just all about optimization and on top of it pulling off everything. So yeah, starting off here, you have these little item 3 climbs that just save a bunch of time, but are really hard to pull off consistently. Oh, do it falling through the pit there. Haven't actually seen that before. That's interesting.
That is the first time.
Which is really unfortunate because he lost a lot of item 3 there, he couldn't go for the zip through this part, so he would have zipped through the ladder on the previous screen. That would have taken him past this screen to this screen right here, so kind of unfortunate that he fell there, but still, no problems. Not too big of a deal.
And this part coming up here, this is the very crucial for the run. This is, if Nadua messed this up, the brick team is gonna they're gonna get ahead almost, I think.
Yep, definitely. This is probably one of the biggest time losses you can have is to fall in this section. See, so far pretty good.
And I know Nadua is not holding it back. He's gonna go for a swag entry to the boss here.
Yeah, this is also a potential soft lock spot, so let's see how he does. Well, actually taking it quite safe.
Yeah.
It's kind of like right before the edge of the enter screen. Like that's the area where you can kind of soft lock if you just wiggle incorrectly.
It's a little uncharacteristic from Nadua's part, I think. But I guess after he missed that spike jump, he wanted to take it a little bit easy, I guess.
I guess. So yeah, this is kind of the oh. Okay. Oh, he's gonna do it this way. Oh. Okay, so that's kind of the double hit you can see there. So he basically, I'm not entirely sure how to explain this, but by throwing a crash bomb and getting hit as the bomb's exploding, it like redirects the bomb explosion. Like, I guess that's the best way I can explain it, and that's why they kind of get the hit there. It messes up the bomb's properties in weird ways, so that's why they take the hit there to kind of make it get the bottom view beam hit.
You kind of transfer the damage to the enemy, right?
It's something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know how to do it. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's really weird, but it works. So, yeah, coming up to the refights, and let's see how Toad's doing in his Wily 4. So far, it seems like things are going pretty well for him. We'll see if he can pull off the zip. Alright, so Toad has to be a little bit careful with his item 1s. He only has 1 left, and that's necessary for Wily 6 to set up the final zip. So, that just means he has no room to work with.
And Toad didn't soft lock, so that's good. That's good for a race. That's good.
Absolutely. So yeah, the reason why they're kind of trying to do a couple of double hits with the Crash Bomb here and save some ammo is they're going to actually use it for the boss of Wily 5. Kind of saves a little bit of time there, so. So yeah, we just have the refights. But definitely there's some RNG involved in the refights. For instance, Heat's pattern, of course, we know. Probably the most annoying instance of RNG is Wood in this, because Wood's weakness is, or sorry, not Wood, Air. Air's weakness is Wood, but unfortunately you can't throw your shield if he gives you bad tornado patterns, so it's kind of like the most evident case of RNG in this. But Nadu has passed all of that, so let's see how Toad does. Quick is also a very interesting case of RNG, because they have to use Buster to kill him, and if he jumps too much. He didn't jump too much for Toad, so that's really good. So yeah, now he was going to use some metal here, and he saved a Crash Bomb. I assume he's going to be using it here. Oh no, he's just going to use metal. I guess in it's not so important in normal mode because your metals do so much damage, but it's actually really useful in difficult mode because the Crash Bomb instantly takes out both forms. Like just one bomb. That's all. Like one bomb per form. So yeah, Nadu is coming to Wily 6 here. He's got the final zip to worry about. And of course, this is a soft lock spot as well, so definitely don't want to soft lock 2 seconds before your run is over. Oh, missing the item 1 there. Okay, set it up fine. Should be fine now. Now he's just gotta make sure he wiggles correctly. And there we go. Alright, perfect. So yeah, Alien, the number one thing about Alien is do not get hit by the alien. Do not touch the alien. You touch the alien, you're gonna die. Because he does like 20 damage. That's true, Andy. Andy is right. You can kill yourself, but obviously it's a huge time loss. If you mess up, that's it. Alright, perfect. So Nadu finishes Alien. GG. Very nice.
GG. I can't believe it went for that spike. I can't believe it. In the back of my head, I knew it was going to go for it somehow, but I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, Toad was actually using the Crash Bombs there to kill the boss just a tiny bit faster than using metal there, so very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, thank you very much, Darkman, for the commentary. Oh, I guess we can still... We're waiting for Sinister to come in, so...
Sure. Yeah.
We can watch Toad finishing up here.
Kind of the most important part is setting up the zip here, especially because he had only one item left, so fortunately Toad was able to pull it off. And gets through. Almost. There we go. Alright.
It was pretty good run from both of the players. It wasn't that big of mistakes, so...
No, not at all. Just one death each, but no big deal. About the same time loss, I'd say, between the two. So, GG's.
GG's. So both teams are on to Mike Tyson's Punch Out here.
Yeah. So good luck to the rest of the runners. Enjoy Punch Out, and that'll be it for me.
Thanks so much, Darkman.
Yeah, thank you, Darkman, for
thanks
joining for the commentary.
Yeah, no problem. Enjoy.
Well, looks like we have our next guest commentator here already. How you doing, Sinister?
Hello?
Hello!
Oh, there he is.
Oh, fucking hell, dude. Jesus, don't scream. God.
So what is
All right.
this boxing game all about?
I don't know. You gotta give me a link to where I can...
Okay, that's...
I can't even see a boxing game right now.
Skype chat. And it's B4 and B2.
Got it. Sorry, I was having technical difficulties. I just literally got my internet up. So, all right. How do I?
Press
Should-
B. What is it? B2.
B2 and B4, you click those. Show instead of...
Oh, you have to
hide.
hit show.
Yeah.
Hit show. Okay.
Should get him up.
All right. I'm really sorry, you guys. My internet
Don't
just took the worst possible time to take a dump. All right, so who's
just so
who's-
Sanhana got knocked down there, so you.
Can you tell me who's who?
B4 is Summoning Salt and B2 is Salard.
So who's on which one? I don't know which is which.
The bike cutscene right now is Summoning Salt.
Okay, so Summoning Salt is in the lead.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Mike Tyson's Punch Out. These guys are both two of the top players. In fact, they are the two top players in the world. Summoning Salt, of course, having the world record. Zallard 1 has held the world record multiple times. And I think what you're going to see here is it's going to come down to which of these guys wants to kind of maybe take some safe strats and be a little more consistent, because they both go for some very, very difficult strategies that can result in massive time loss. Summoning Salt, I think, may be at a bit of a disadvantage just because he has less experience with the game, and when he learned it, he didn't really learn some of the older strats that are a little bit safe. So Zallard will have some opportunities to catch up, and of course there are fighters that are very random. So, you know, we have King Hippo that's coming up here. I guess we see Summoning Salt will be fighting King Hippo, who's pretty much pure randomness. He's going to have the first crack at who's going to have good luck, who's going to have bad luck, because that will determine a little bit. But when you're dealing with real time, the time differences are not quite so drastic. So, you know, 10 seconds in game time is really only equivalent to maybe about 3 seconds of real time. So for any major separation to take place, it's going to require like a big chunk of game time. So let's see what Hippo has to say. I'm getting a little echo also. All right, I think we're good.
Okay. Yeah, that was probably me.
All right, so Hippo gave up first open, which is very good luck. You got to get him to open 3 times, and you have to hit him within a 5-frame window in order to get 9 hits to the belly. And we see that is exactly what Summoning Salt is able to do. So he gets a 45, which is a very, very strong time for King Hippo, and that's going to really put the pressure on Zallard. Zallard's going to need some good luck, and he's going to have to make sure that he doesn't have any mistakes on King Hippo, because if you miss one cycle, that could literally cost you like 10 or 20 seconds, just the way that things play out. So I think it'll be interesting to see once we get to the world circuit. There's going to be some fights that the real-time strategies are very different than the game time strategies, and I'm not sure if, you know, these guys are going to switch things up or not. It'll be a surprise, I guess, unless you guys know what their plans are.
So how far do you think it's between the team now, time-wise, by looking at the fights?
I'd say probably about a minute, but that's going to depend. We'll have to see what happens with King Hippo. So Zallard did get an early open. He got another open, and it looks like he might have missed one of his punches, though, so he might have to wait. He's going to have to wait for a 4th open. So Zallard had a bit of an execution error, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier, and now you can see that cost him probably another 5 seconds. So he is a little bit more than a full fight behind as we see King Hippo getting counted out here. Some other factors that can play into the real-time equation are the counts that the boxers get up on, because that's random. You know, somebody could get up on 2, or they could get up on 5 or 8 or 3. You know, you don't really know when. So, you know, Zallard is going to be hoping that Salt is getting a lot of 8 counts here. It's kind of what he's looking for, because he's right now he's on Great Tiger, and this is another fight that's strictly execution. He's got to make sure that he doesn't make any more unforced errors. And we see Salt going into phase 2 here. Salt tends to take some risks when he's doing his RTA runs in this particular phase, so we're going to see right now if he opts to do that. He could seriously cost his team if he doesn't play it safe. He does take a risk. That was a risk there that he could have had backfire on him. So his team might be cringing a little bit in this fight, thinking like, is he going to go for it? So there's one more risk that he might take in this final phase here. So we'll see if he does it and what ends up happening. Okay, he ended up playing it safe, so you guys on his team, you can breathe a sigh of relief.
He
Summoning.
didn't do a Nadua there.
I didn't know what Nudua did, but
Oh,
I guess
you watched the MN2. He went for the spike between that little platform there. That is like one frame and died. So
okay. I did see earlier that TMR went. It looked like he went for the jump in Snowfield, which I believe is pixel perfect, and
Yeah.
he missed it.
he
Death.
did went for it.
It's not the most costly death. So we see Zallard is progressing here. He's going to have to deal with Bald Bull here, and you're not going to see a ton of variation. I want you guys to take a look at Summoning Salt once he fights Piston Honda 2. So in real time, what you should do, instead of going for 3 knockdowns, you really just want to do 1 knockdown. So the best strategy is actually to just do a buffer strat, which will allow you to knock Piston Honda 2 down at exactly 1 minute. And there's even a guy in the crowd. He's got a beard. You can see him there in the front row on the left-hand side, kind of under where the hearts counter is. And Summoning Salt is indeed going for the buffer strat very wisely. So this is going to be the correct play. And I wasn't sure if he had bothered to learn this yet, but it looks like he has. So as long as he gets this buffer correctly, then Honda is going to go down at a minute. And that's going to be the end of it. So it looks like he did it correctly. Honda's down. And Zallard got a really nice time on Bull there, but he's still at a bit of a deficit. It's going to be tough to catch his team up. I think the biggest hope that Zallard has is that Summoning Salt goes to round 2 against Mike Tyson, and that's a very realistic possibility for both of these guys, but we're a little ways from that. So for right now, we have Soda Popinski for Summoning Salt, and he can also make a big difference. He's very, very random fighter. We're going to again see, does Salt want to take some risky strategies? Does he want to, go for the crazy strategies? Let's see what he's going to do. Okay, so far he's playing it very safe, and he got a good phase 1. Essentially, you need Soda to not throw additional hooks. You want him to go into his uppercut pattern, and then you can kind of freeze him, as we see Zallard also doing the buffer strat on Honda. So he's not going to be losing any time there. And again, another very fast uppercut for Summoning Salt. So he's really getting great luck on Soda Popinski so far. And even gets a 5 count. That's not terrible. So one more time. Can he get Soda down with an uppercut? Wow, he got a really, really generous pattern there from Soda, a 54. So he is going to head on to face a few of the rematches, Bald Bull 2 and Don 2. Meanwhile, we're going to have to take a look at Zallard and see what is going to happen for him against Soda. He's really not going to be able to gain very much time against Salt. If you're hard-pressed, Salt got a 54. You're pretty hard-pressed to do a lot better than that. And I'm just going to go ahead and refresh my streams here. I'm being told I may be a little bit behind.
So what do you think is the chance of losing against Tyson of both these fighters?
I think it's very easy to happen. I mean, the thing, what would need to happen is for somebody to go to round 2 against Tyson. The 8-second delay is something that's not under these guys' control, and you're gonna need to probably have to get the 8-second delay and then make some errors. If that happens, then you're headed to round 2, and that's going to be a massive time loss.
So that is a potential part that Team Brick could pick up most of the time. That they're behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that is essentially the catch-up point. There's a few other places. I mean, if something went wrong in some of the later fights, the Sandman fight and the Super Macho Man fight, there's some very bad things that can happen. Don 2, there's some really incredible luck that can happen in that fight. So we see Summoning Salt is indeed coming to the Don 2 fight. I suspect he's going to use a bit of a more conservative strategy. He's been doing that so far, really definitely helping his team by getting a very, very solid and consistent run to this point. He hasn't had any unforced errors of note. So Don 2 can give random stars that can really, really speed the fight up. Let's see if Salt gets any. He doesn't. So he's going to end phase 1 probably. Ooh, a very unusual unforced error by Summoning Salt there. Let's see what kind of backup strat he has. This is going to cost him big time, actually. Oh, that was a great backup, though. He actually does manage to get Don down at a 48. So if Salt gets a bad refill here, then this may give Zallard a bit of a chance to catch up. And it looks like Salt did indeed get the bad refill. So it looks like Salt probably not going to be able to get... Oh, yeah, he's going to be probably getting in the 150s. Zallard, if Zallard can get some good luck on Don 2, he can gain a pretty good chunk right now, and then potentially catapult ahead if we get to Tyson. So as we see Salt finishing things off, he is going to get a pretty subpar Don 2 as he has some additional blocks in there. He gets a 157. If Zallard can manage to get a lucky star here, he could really turn things around. It's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, Salt has to regroup. He's got to kind of pull it together. He's got a very, very difficult fight coming in here with Sandman. He opts not to use Select wisely. As we see, Zallard does not get a random star, unfortunately, but he can still get a solid time. So with Sandman, again, taking the knockdown is a strategy that's used in the normal speedruns of this game. However, that actually is pretty costly because in real time, you get knocked down, you have to get back up, Mario's doing the count. It actually does cost enough time that it's faster to just do real-time strat where you don't get knocked down at all. And it looks like Salt's done his homework. He's ready to go. He knows what strategies he's supposed to use. And we see Zallard is closing out Don 2 there. I can't see exactly what time he got, but I'm thinking it was 137. No, it looks like he does have one more knockdown. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, 154, 154.
154, okay.
Maybe I'm ahead. I don't know.
I think you're a little bit ahead.
Yeah,
I'm still experiencing some internet issues, even though I refreshed. I think my internet is still not very happy at the moment. So I apologize if my commentary is a little bit behind.
I think you're good. I think I'm a little bit ahead though, so you should be good.
Okay. So Salt looks like he's in pretty decent shape here. He's going to finish Sandman off just using a routine buffer strat, and then he is going to be facing the task of downing Super Macho Man, which really not very many safe strategies available for Super Macho Man. So he's going to kind of have to take some risks and hope that he gets some decent patterns.
It is pretty crazy. We are 7 games in, and both teams are on Sandman here. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, this is still anybody's relay to win. We only have a few games left after this, and very, very solid players, and some RNG is certainly there existing in those last few games. It's going to come down to the wire, I think. So let's see how Summoning Salt does against Macho. It's really the first phase is the most important one. There are some unusual patterns that Macho can do here. He's extremely random in this first phase. Salt is going to be hoping to get one of the more typical patterns, and he knows how to deal with all of those, but there are some that are just really unfriendly. So let's see. Looks like he is getting a pretty reasonable pattern, so he should be fine here. Going to keep his team in the lead unless he makes an error. But so far, we've really only seen Salt make one mistake. I mean, he's really been playing well this entire run. And it's going to come down to can he get a good Tyson or not. All right, so spin suckers. He's got to get these on Macho. This is when you hit him after his super spin punch with a star. Nails it. And he's going to get a sub-minute time on Macho, which is really fantastic. Meanwhile, Zallard won finishing up Sandman. Good fight by Zallard there. Looks like he might not have had the best luck, ending with a 238.
I just read the chat from Fiesel said. That was hilarious.
Okay.
First time you see this game normal, it played without a blindfold.
All right, so Mike Tyson, this is where even the most highly skilled players can still have a tough time because all of the hits in this fight are frame perfect. If you can manage to get 22 frame perfect hits, then good for you. You're going to have a perfect fight. But if you can't, then you may be headed to round 2. It's, I would say you need typically on average somewhere around 13 to 14 frame perfect hits. So frame perfect is, 1 in 60 frames for this particular game. And let's see how Salt does in phase 1. Looks like he's going to get the first one and the second. He is doing very well so far, but actually takes a hit. Salt goes down to the canvas. So this used to be a really, really bad nightmare situation, but you can get up on a 9 count to regain all your health. And it's important to do that because if you don't have full health, Tyson will get a bigger refill and you will not be able to defeat him in round 1. So even though Salt took that hit, he still has a chance to beat Tyson in round 1, but he's made it hard on himself, but he's getting a really favorable pattern.
This is going to be tight.
I mean, he's got a 110 here. He got incredibly lucky to get a 110 after being knocked down. He got a really, really nice fast pattern from Tyson, so he's got a good chance here, but he's got to pull it together. Misses a frame perfect hit there. This is going to be pretty close. He's going to need a lot of frame perfect hits against the hooks now. And we see Salt really is he's struggling. The pressure has got to be getting to him. He knows that his team is relying on him. So he gets Tyson down again. He's going to need a lot of frame perfect hits here in this final phase. 215, he's in trouble. If he goes to round 2, Zallard would be able to put his team into the lead, I believe. So let's see.
It's going to be so tight. I don't think he's going to make.
It's really close.
No, he's going to round 2.
He's going to round 2.
He's going to round 2.
Going to round 2. So Zallard has the chance now. Zallard is in the driver's seat. He's got to beat Tyson in round 1. He probably knows that he's behind, so he's not feeling as much pressure. And he gets a 104 on Tyson. That means Tyson is going to throw 4 uppercuts in phase 2. Zallard should be able to catch his team up most of the way. Salt, I don't know if Salt has ever even been in round 2. I don't know if he knows how to do round 2.
That's a good thought.
Okay, so we see Salt getting the first knockdown. He's going to need 3 knockdowns. They're going to come pretty quickly. Zallard is going for his second knockdown, which he will get before Salt. And Zallard...
I can't watch.
Zallard is going to get a round 1 for sure. Salt is really in trouble here. I think he's just not used to fighting Tyson in round 2. He hasn't had the experience, and Zallard is crushing Tyson at the moment. Frame perfect hits, he is probably going to pull into the lead here unless something disastrous happens.
Oh, bad. Team Brick is taking the lead.
Team Brick is ahead. Zallard.
They go.
Amazing time. Wow.
Oh, man. Look at this. Look at this.
So close. And Salt, as you can see, Salt does pull it together and finishes Tyson off. And we've got ourselves a really close race here. So thank you guys for letting me be a part of this. I am going to jump off and watch the rest of the show. Great job.
Sinister,
Thank you, Sinister.
for that awesome commentary.
Thank you.
Well, here we are in Mario 3. Very close. Both these guys in the same level. We're seeing them do the second stage right now. This is any percent. It's the category. So this is going to be a pretty short race. A lot of it's going to be auto-scroller, and some hand RNG is going to come into play. So when it's this close, there's really no telling what's going to happen until we get to the hands.
This is just crazy. That twist there, it was... Oh, bad. I couldn't watch there. I actually closed my eyes for a second.
All right. This guy's obviously seen the wizard. He knows how to get behind the scenery.
Oh.
1 toot. All right, so our goal here is to get 2 whistles, so you can blow 1 whistle to get to the warp zone, and you blow another whistle in the warp zone takes you to World 8, which is the final world.
So I tried to check it. Looks like it's 5 seconds between the runners now.
Yeah, that looks about right.
This is gonna come down to the hands on this game, and then there's a lot of things that can happen in Zelda 1 also. It's just depending how brave the runner's gonna be there.
That's right. This is our second to last game. It's this game, and then Legend of Zelda. We got Cantaloupe versus Khan. And that's going to be the longest game of this, I would think.
Yeah.
Now for the auto scrollers. Do we have any donations?
We got a $1 donation from Fiesel that says, "Great commentary, Fiesel. You're doing a great job."
Yeah, the main thing here is not to screw around too much and end up getting hit and losing your tail. Because, yeah, that's really easy to do. You play this so many times that you stop trying to play it safe and start just trying to swag it up, and that's what gets you hit. But we've got a couple of these to get through before we get to some real platforming again.
So what a twist in this race. The Brick has been behind for 1.5 minutes since the third game. And they just catch everything up just because of that Tyson fight. This is crazy.
When did Team Brick take the lead? It was at Tyson at the end of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. We had Team Dogbone had to go into a second round, and Zallard made up the time by having a really good Tyson fight.
Yeah, I don't know much about this game, so... Haven't you run this game, Dexter? Maybe you can...
I did. It was kind of early on my speedrunning career. I mean, it's pretty much down to the hands, I would say. I mean, where Shelny is now, you want to get the flower here, but it's kind of hard to get actually with the crouch jump there, and you see that he missed it because you need that flower to beat off the castle bosses kind of quickly instead of jumping on them. He's gonna get another opportunity to get it in the later castles, but
And Yagami gets the flowers, so...
yeah, so he's gonna regain some time actually with that, because you save about, I don't know, about 5 seconds on these. What's it called? Koopas? The bosses here.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So yeah.
I'm glad to see no one swimming under the boat. That's what I would have done.
Oh, they're boom booms, right?
Boom booms.
Boom booms. Oh, boom booms.
Or boon booms. Boom booms.
I have one of those.
You can actually swim under the boats here. That's what I used to do as a kid because it was too hard jumping over rockets or cannonballs. That is.
Yeah, so this fight right here, we're seeing it with the leaf, and not quite as fast as if you were to just fireball him. So watch how this goes on the other screen. Yeah, much faster fight.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. We got some hands. Already a hand right off the bat. Sorry, I hope that wasn't a spoiler.
No, this was pretty good.
Okay, good. So already a hand. Yeah, let's see. For
Let's
other
see,
racer,
Oh, gets the first hand also.
the same thing.
And also. Oh man.
Taking an unfortunate hit though. Oh, I'll bet you get a
you
get a
get
leaf
a
from
leaf
this, so it doesn't matter. And how many more hands?
Oh, another one.
Come on now.
Man. Am I doing the spoilers again?
Oh,
Damn.
Yagami gets another hand too.
This
Damn
is why
sweet
you should
internet.
not run this game. Don't run this game.
Yeah.
Run 100% if you're going to do anything.
The good thing is they get a leaf though.
2 hands from
Yeah.
Shelny.
2 hands for Shelly.
Yeah. And this is one of the trickier auto-scroller, actually. Goes a little bit faster, and Yagami gets the third hand. Oh, God.
It's the third hand.
Yeah, that's really unlucky, actually. Really unlucky.
So the Brick is taking the lead by a significant amount of time here. I don't know what's the chance is to get 3 hands there, but it feels kind of low.
Isn't it 50-50 on the hands?
Oh, if it is 50-50, it's 80.
So it's 1 in 8. Yeah.
No, it's 80-20. It's never 50-50.
It's not 50-50?
No, it's 80. If it is 50-50, it's still 80-20.
What?
Yeah, it's just a thing I use.
Okay.
There's never 50-50.
And doing this auto-scroller with the the flower. It's kind of hard actually.
It's easier with the frog suit.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, we're gonna get a real level for once, finally.
Chugami lost the flower, but he's gonna get another one later. So.
This is a hard level, though, that we see Chelny going through right now.
Ooh, he lost his P-speed there, so he's not gonna be able to do it optimally, but
Getting through this at all, though, is great.
yeah.
Seriously, this is a hard stage.
Yeah, perfect.
And he avoids the 3 stars. You don't want to get the same thing 3 times, because then you get fireworks. So these guys are intentionally slowing down at the end to avoid hitting 3 stars. And another P-speedless run through this stage here.
But still, really clean stage.
Well, it is fireworks. Like, it goes up in the sky and there's like fireworks and things, right? It's not
Yeah,
just...
you get like 1-up, 3 1-ups.
Well, right, yeah. But you get like a special
Mm.
like little screen that pops up. I always think of it as fireworks, but yeah, you do get
it
1-ups
scrolls
for
the
those
screens
things.
all the way up and it gives you like 1-ups.
Yeah, another tricky one. You really need that P-switch to last as long as possible to get the optimal path through that castle. That's really important that you don't lose time in that hallway. And another fireball kill of the Boom Boom. That's great.
And it's extra crucial now that they both can keep the flower for Bowser, or else the last boss fight is gonna be, or the boss fight is gonna be really long.
Yeah, without the fireballs, you have to wait for him to go up in the air and stomp and break the blocks and bust his way all the way through to the bottom of the screen. Very
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah.
And here we go. Keeping that P-switch time. All right, very good.
Yeah.
Wears off just as he gets in the other room. He had a little bit of time to spare. That was really good.
So I'm guessing Chelny is about 20 seconds to 30 seconds ahead, or something like that. About 30 seconds. And we'll see if both of the runners gonna go for some sips here. They're kind of hard to pull off, and they save about, I would say, a second or something. So we'll see. Ooh, Chelny gets this sip actually. That's kind of tricky to pull off actually. What you need to do is have the P speed and then duck into the kind of ceiling and the wall, and then unduck like right after, or right before. I mean, right before. So you get squeezed in there. So that was really nice that he was able to pull that off. See here if Chelny was able to kill Bowser off here. And down goes Bowser. That was really good stage from Chelny there. All right. And for Zelda, we're gonna get our last commentator.
Yeah, I will add him. I'll add him to the call here.
All right, cool.
Fix.
All right, so we got Cantaloupe here, already starting off Zelda.
Okay, we got no
So we're
sound.
getting the world record holder into the call here.
Hey, what's up, guys?
He's officially retired, but he still can't leave the game. Isn't that so, Lack Attack?
Oh, you know it.
Thanks for joining in here. Did you get
Yeah.
the link to the streamers?
I did. I have the stream up. So, Cantaloupe is on Best of Nest too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is that
yes,
right?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna watch 2 and 4.
Yeah. Okay, I got it now.
I think
So-
you have the camera on, so you can put that off.
Oh, okay.
I think it made a little weird robot sound there.
And Jagami lost his flower on the Bowser fight, so you had to see him do the regular strat, kinda.
But he still managed to.
Yeah, managed to.
So this relay race is gonna be anyone's team. It's gonna be up to the Ganon fight, right? Like the Hyrule driver. It's gonna.
There's a lot of stuff that can happen in this run. I mean, the first thing that can happen is Manhandla in the first level 3. If you run out of bombs, if he gives you a bad pattern, you can die, and that can put you in a really, really bad spot. So that's really the first choke point in this run, especially in a race setting. You definitely do not want to die to Manhandla and run out of bombs. That would put you in a very, 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 very bad spot. So. Right now, Cantaloupe's looking really good. He's got full health, 8 bombs. Cananophone's just getting into the first room and does get that bomb drop. That's a random bomb drop off the first Dark Knight. So that's the optimal strat. As Cantaloupe's walking to Manhandla's room, Cananophone's going to get the raft. So we're going to find out here. Looks like he's trying to force a bomb for extra safety. So...
So bomb fight.
he's-
That is, you have to count it. The 10th enemy drop a bomb if you don't take a hit, right?
That's correct. So if you kill 9 enemies, and then the 10th enemy you kill with a bomb, you will get a bomb from that enemy if that enemy drops a bomb. But Cantaloupe's having some trouble here with Manhandla. He's down to 1 bomb and he's got 1 claw left. So he's gonna try to knock him down with the beam sword. He's got 2 hits. You need 4, and he does get 4, but he's down to 1 bomb. So Cantaloupe's kind of in a big spot here. Cananophone's got 8 bombs. He's on his way to Manhandla, so he's in good shape. We'll just see how the fight goes. Let's see what Cantaloupe does. He may kill an Octorok here to try to force to get a random bomb. Yep. No, looks like he's just going to skip it and try to force a bomb outside of or inside 4. He takes a hit from that Octorok to reset his counter, so he knows where he's at, so he can force a bomb. Cananophone has a great Manhandla. He's up to 7 bombs, and he's got the Triforce. So Cantaloupe's ahead, but Cananophone's in much better position going into level 4. So Cantaloupe's strat right now is to force a bomb. He's going to get his count up and then force a bomb on these Zols in this dark room here. And hopefully he's able to do it without getting hit. It's his last bomb, so he does get a bomb drop. So that's really important because you actually need bombs to progress through level 4 to get to the final boss. So he's entering the NSU room, we dubbed it, and he's going to try to force another bomb, and he's up to 8 already in the counter. And then he's got full health now, and he bombs this Zol in here, and he'll get another bomb drop. So really, really good recovery from Cantaloupe, down to basically his last bomb, and able to recover to the point where he can do normal any percent strats.
So, which one do you think have the is a favorite for taking this home now? It's been so close here. We had that twist in Punch Out that Team Brick came back, and now we have Kanao Fatme. That has like the second best time of this.
He has the third best.
Third-
He's got a 29.39, I believe, and Darkwing's got the second time. But Kananaphone is, I believe, he's sixth. But he's been putting some work into this, I believe, for this relay race.
He's using another route also, I believe.
Yeah, he's actually come up with multiple routes for this game before, like Red Candle was discovered. He's done several different routes, so he's probably going to do like get extra rupees or do a different level order. So we'll just have to see what he decides based on his counts. So Cantaloupe's on Gleeok now, and he's got 8 bombs, so he's in really good shape going into level 1. Again, like bomb management in this game is pretty much everything.
And Gleeok is probably the hardest fight in this game, I would say.
Yeah, this first Gleeok takes 16 hits with the wooden sword, and so you only have 4 hearts, and the fireballs do 1 heart of damage. Touching the Gleeok head actually only does 3/8 of a heart of damage. So if you want to get hit, you want to get hit by the attached Gleeok head. The detached heads do 1 heart also. So, I mean, right now it's kind of cruising until level 5 with the Dark Nut room. It's just, keep the foot on the gas and just go. Try to get your counts up. Cantaloupe's got 17 rupees and 8 bombs entering 8, entering 1, so he can force rupees and may not have to take a detour at all before he goes to level 5, because you need 60 rupees to buy the candle, and you pick up a 30 secret. So he's in good shape. Okay, so he drops that bomb. He gets no random drops, but does get a 5 rupee. That was probably the force. So now he's just on his way to get the bow. Try not to take any hits in here and keep your counts up. Does take a hit from that Stalfos, so his count's back at 0.
So rupees are really important also in this run. Sometimes you have to force a 5 rupee to get the right amount, right? Instead of getting a bomb.
That's correct, yeah. So like right now his bomb count's really good. His rupee count, he still needs 8 rupees by the time he gets to the candle shop. He may be able to force a rupee or 5 rupee in the overworld. And there's also 5 rupee dropping enemies that can drop them randomly. So you have to manage both of those quantities before you get to level 5. After that, you really don't need any extra money, because you only need 10 total rupees extra after you buy the blue candle. So money is much less of a concern.
But what do you think about the approach of this Zelda run? Do you think they're gonna go for the medicine, or just gonna try go? Because that is the safe way to do it, right? Pick up the medicine.
You can pick up the medicine. It costs about 30 seconds. You would get it after level 8 when you're on your way to level 9. I don't think these runners are going to do that, but that's something that'll just come down to the end. Especially if they're not watching each other. I think they'll just go and try to win, because they probably know the race is close.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. If they don't watch each other, I think they're gonna go for it. But if they have the stream up, I guess one of them could pick up the medicine just to. Yeah. It could win the race.
It could, yeah, because if you die, then that's a huge time loss, especially at 9 being the longest dungeon. So Cantaloupe's in trouble here. He's only got 23 rupees, so he may try to force a rupee. He may go get the 100 secret. So you do have options. There's a 100 secret that really only loses you about 15 seconds overall from walking. And we're gonna see what he's gonna do here. Looks like he's still trying to force drops, and he is just going to go for the 30 secret. So he's going to try to kill some more enemies here. As Kananaphone's really only about 25 seconds behind, so this race is still really, really close. There's his 5 rupee, but he still needs. Anything can happen. So Cantaloupe got his rupees, so he's good to go. Kananaphone is probably going to go to his customized route, and so we'll see him. Probably either get the 100 or both 30 secrets.
I don't know if we explained the screen scrolls here that we are seeing both play doing.
Yeah, this is a good time because it's just some overworld travel. So the screen scroll is pixel perfect, and then you have to be on the correct pixel, which is 5 pixels from the side, and then you have to tap a perpendicular direction from the way Link's facing. So left to right screen scroll, you tap up or down for 1 frame, and it turns Link around without moving him, and then he can walk through the border and then wrap around to the other side. So the one that Cantaloupe just did to go to level 5 is the one of the big time saves in the run, and the other one is going to get the magic sword. So those are really the only 2 that are really a big deal, as well as the world wrap that comes after level 5. So this is probably the hardest room in the game to be really good at because the Darknuts walk all over. You want to force a bomb, and the Darknuts have a way of kind of avoiding your bombs as you're trying to plant them.
It's a great AI. Great AI.
It really is.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yes, amazing.
It's based on a bunch of different factors. Like if you watch the TAS of this game, the TAS can manipulate the Darknuts to walk directly where he needs to go to get the bomb to hit all of them at the same time. So it's pretty neat. So like it depends on Link's position, and I think the way he's facing and if you're moving. So a lot of different.
It's out of bombs now. Is that's going to be a issue here?
It's not like a run jeopardizing issue, but it is definitely slower. The route now can use 0 bombs on the boss here. It used to use 2 bombs on the boss, like it would require bombs. But now it's just, you can use the wood sword. It's actually faster to just use 1 bomb in the wood sword, but just 8 hits with the wood sword is nearly as fast because you're already, you can use the candle here to get a couple hits in, and then you're already on the recorder. So you don't have to switch back, which saves you a menu, saves you a few seconds.
So when are the route gonna? When are they gonna like?
Yeah, they'll converge after level 7, or when they get to level 7, they'll converge back to each other. So right now, Cananophone did 2 first, and that gives him a really good bomb count entering to level 5. And Cantaloupe did the reverse, so he's going to do 5 first. 5 first is faster. 2 first can give you bombs where you would need them. The thing with doing 2 first is that you need 7 bombs to get through level 7. And so if you don't have 7 bombs, you have to either force one or you have to get a random one. So that's why 5 first, and then 2, and then 7 is kind of desired. So Cananophone's actually going to do the red candle route, which stops in 7 and grabs a red candle. So he has all the money he needs for the entire game. At this point, he has 143, so that's all the money he needs. All right, so here's Cantaloupe coming up on Digdogger. He needs to hit him 8 times with the wooden sword. He misses with the fire. Oh, he gets 1 hit with the fire, so that's good. Digdogger does 2 hearts of damage. He's got to be careful here, but he does take him down.
So this is the backup strat when you don't have any bombs, right? On Digdogger.
Correct. Because bombs will do 4 damage, and you can buffer them with the recorder to where the bomb will explode when his hitbox opens up. And so that's the fast and safe strat, actually.
That was kind of clutch right there.
Oh, yeah, because the Digdogger does 2 hearts of damage. I mean, he could have easily died there, but he's had enough experience being at low health to where he was able to clutch that out. All right, so Cananophone's heading down to the recorder room. He's building up his count, killing these keys to try to force a bomb on the Darknuts. Cantaloupe's he can kill some of these moblins in the overworld and try to get a bomb, but he was at the wrong place in the counter. Great bombs here by Cananophone. He gets the force, and he is in really good shape now. He fired an empty one there. The way the bombs work in this game is if Link is facing towards the Darknut shield, when the bomb explodes, it won't do any damage to him. It'll look like it does, but it actually won't do any damage. So you have to kind of lure them to walk towards you and then place the bomb facing a different direction than their shield is facing.
You had a great Darknut room there.
Yeah, he still has 2 bombs, and he has the bomb pack in the on the way back.
Or what they are called.
Yeah. Yep. So he's going to have 6 bombs heading out. He may even force a bomb on the boss to get 8 bombs. I've seen multiple runners do that strat.
So I think this is more than we could hope for in this relay race. There's like, we have the top runners of the games, and this is kind of what we hope to expect, like a race getting this close, and it's just amazing that it is still this close after 10 games. Just wanted to point that out, because this is gonna come down to 30 seconds.
Oh, easily. I mean, the way that this race is shaping out, like, there's still a couple things that if you get good drops and good RNG, you can gain 10, 15 seconds on your opponent just based on that. So I think this is going to really shape up to be a great finish.
I would say it's all about the Ganon fight now, or the way Palace 9, I would say.
Yeah, I would say the Palace 9 as a whole.
Yeah.
The Ganon fight, if you execute properly, you will only lose about probably about 12 seconds to an optimal Ganon fight. So I would say that can be a swing, but there's other rooms in that dungeon that'll really be a separator.
There's not a lot of hard bosses left. Most of the bosses are really easy.
Yeah, I mean, most of the bosses in this game are really easy to begin with. Just the early ones when you're low on health are kind of tough. Even level 8 Gleeok isn't that bad because you have 12 hearts and the magic sword, and you can just kind of stand up there and tank the damage. And if you go in with enough health, it's not really ever a concern. And
there you could see Kananaphone drop 1 bomb there, so he only had to hit him 4 times with a wooden sword.
Yeah. So he was able to pick up some time. So now this is where the routes are going to converge. Kananaphone is actually in the lead here. He has only 7 bombs, so he does need 1 more for level 6, but there are plenty of opportunities to get a bomb he can force, or there's plenty of random drops. I'd say Kananaphone's ahead by about 18 seconds based on what I'm watching.
Yeah.
So this is really, really good, really tight. Cantaloupe has extra money, which you can use in level 7 to speed up one of the rooms. The first Guria room, you can use arrows which do 2 damage as opposed to the wooden sword which does 1. Kananaphone only has 4 extra rupees, so it may not even be worth switching to the arrows for him. Definitely worth it for Cantaloupe. So yeah, it's really just about getting 1 bomb here for Kananaphone. He's avoiding enemies, which, he needs a bomb, so he must be at 9 in the counter, because he was avoiding those enemies, which drop bombs randomly, so he could have killed one there. So this has been dubbed the Sniper Academy, with the Gurias who throw these boomerangs. It's just like a twitch reaction. They don't really have a pattern they follow. They can stop in the middle of a tile and throw a boomerang. They can be facing one way and turn around instantly. So Kananaphone actually uses his bomb to kind of speed the room up. So he's down. He's actually needs a bomb now to be able to complete the level. So that's something to watch for on Kananaphone's stream. As Cantaloupe switches to arrows, so we're going to see this. So yeah, he gets a great pattern there on the right and gets a fairy drop. So he's going to be at full health heading into the second half, or the second part of this dungeon. All right, so actually, because Kananaphone has to get the red candle, that's going to be about a 12 to 13, 14 second advantage that Cantaloupe's going to gain back here. So they may actually be in the same room. I forgot about that going in. So
Unbelievable.
This is going to be so close. They are literally, Cantaloupe is entering the room that Kananaphone is in. So this is something.
It might be this. He's just getting out there. They are in. Oh my god.
They are in the same area.
This.
Cananophone has to stop and kill these guys to get the bombs because he wasn't able to force. So Cantaloupe back in the lead, looking good. Cananophone's going to have an extra bomb. But wow, this is really, man, this has just been back and forth. Cantaloupe was in the lead, Cananophone came back, and then bad bomb drops brought Cantaloupe back into the lead. So this is looking really good. So this Wallmaster room, if that clock is a bad thing.
You don't want to grab. You don't want to.
You don't want right. You don't want to grab the clock too early because the Wallmasters won't spawn and you can't kill them if they're still in the wall. You also don't want to get grabbed by the Wallmaster at all, or that sends you back to the beginning of the level. It's about a 90-second time loss. But they both get out of there pretty fast. Okay, Cantaloupe's got to sort them down. Cananophone can actually use a bomb on Aquamenus, which will save a couple seconds. Doesn't get a bomb drop. All right, Cantaloupe grabs it. He does drop the bomb, which will save him some time. And I've got a timer going here. And according to the streams, they are 12 seconds apart heading into level 6.
Unbelievable.
So after 9.5 games, we've got a 10-second race or 12-second race.
Unbelievable.
So this clip right here, or the screen scroll right here, is very important. That's one of the biggest, or probably the biggest time save in the run for screen scrolling. So if you're learning this game, just do that one, and you're probably saving a minute. So they're going to head up and get the magic sword. They only need 1 bomb for level 6, but you need 8 after you drop the bomb in level 6 to beat the game, just for the number of walls you have to go through. So they're going to be 6 can drop lots of bombs. The red Wizrobes and the Vires can both drop bombs randomly, and so you need 2. And I think you killed like 15 of them in the dungeon. It may be a little more. They both have full health. Okay, good. Cananophone gets in with full health, so they are. This is a sprint here. They're gonna.
It's almost like
this is so good.
Even in the Zelda runs, it's not this close. It's like in the tournament, there was not many races that was this close like it is now. It's
for the entire run too.
See.
So Cananophone gets both bomb drops in the first room, so he is good on bombs. He'll need 1 more to complete the game, 1 more regular bomb to complete the game.
And Fabs does only have 1 bomb here. This is very interesting.
Yeah, so Cananophone can actually drop bombs in this room and not fall behind or anything. Both of them having a little trouble getting hit by bubbles and taking some damage, but they're gonna get out alive. See, that's the only bomb Cantaloupe just dropped. That's the only one you need in 6. So now he definitely needs at least 1 bomb drop before he can start level 8. He gets a beam from the blue Wizrobe, which is random, and there's really nothing you can do about it. He gets a bomb drop, so good. Cantaloupe's going to be good. He actually gets a second bomb drop. So there are 4 bomb drops on the stream.
That was that room is called the room with no drops, right? And he got
Darkwing dubbed that the room of no drops. And we got the room of no drops came through. It did not live up to its name. So these guys are, oh my gosh, they are both in the basement. Literally, they are 1 second apart. Cananophone's got a little less health, so that's going to slow him down on the refill. But wow, I mean, they both have their bombs, so the RNG is kind of taken out of it. This is really an execution speedrun from this point on until they need random bomb drops in level 9. All right, Goma goes down to 1 arrow. Both of them get it. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to time it out here.
This
17.
Oh man, I don't think I can watch this. I have to go to bed. I think I'll go to bed.
This is a 7-second difference here in these runners, and this entire relay race is going to come down to level 8 and level 9.
The funny part is when we did the team, it was 7 seconds between the both teams, some best. So they live up to the expectation here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, so these couple rooms coming up in level 8 with the Dark Nuts, there's lag involved. The Dark Nuts can just walk randomly. You can take 8 hearts of damage without. I mean, it can happen in a matter of seconds. You can just be down to critical health. So we'll see what kind of patterns they get in here as you see Cantaloupe dealing with the lag in the room, and takes a couple bops. It's better to get hit by the fireballs. The Dark Nuts do 2 full hearts, and the fireballs only do a half heart. So he gets out. He's down 2.5 hearts, but that was a pretty decent room. Cananophone. Got to be careful not to use that key actually on the right, or you're going to actually have to get an extra key. Oh, Cantaloupe gets cornered and takes 6 hearts of damage within 2 seconds.
Wait, if Cananophone do a good room, he's gonna gain up a lot of time here.
Yeah, I mean, just based on the health, but they're both in the same room. Cantaloupe's down to 1 Dark Nut in the room, kills him, but he's only got 4.5 hearts. As Cananophone's got a fairy on the screen, another fairy, so he gets both random fairy drops from the Dark Nut group, which is really going to save him time in the health refill if he can catch it. Cantaloupe health is kind of a concern. It's not automatic.
It shouldn't be a trouble for him. He should be able.
He's actually going to do a safety strat and get some health from the Pole's Voice, but doesn't get any heart drops.
He gets coins. Or rupees.
Yeah, which he gets the rupees, which do nothing for you at this point. But does take care of Gleeok, but is really going to have a long health refill. I don't think it's going to, it's going to affect it a little bit, but Cananophone's really taking a beating on Gleeok. I'm going to time it out again. All right, 43.
And Kanana just tanking Gleeok there. He doesn't give a crap. He's tanking.
Yep, we have an 8-second difference now at the closing screen, so that's how far apart they are. 8 seconds.
Unbelievable.
All right, so the key in this dungeon is really to keep full health and to get a random or forced bomb drop. The full health helps you. Not only that you're not close to death, but the beam sword is so key in this dungeon because you have a lot of enemies to kill, which cover a lot of ground, and the beam sword really can just deal a lot of damage at once. And you can, you can deal 8 damage with 1 sword swing instead of just 4. Cantaloupe taking some bops outside of the dungeon. As Cananophone, he's not at full health, but he's entering the dungeon as well and doesn't even bother with the bombs. So Cananophone's got 2 extra bombs, which is really going to come in handy.
So worth mentioning is that none of these guys went for the medicine, which was a backup for a safe beat the game safe.
Yeah, but I guess with the race this close, they just wanted to put a good show on for the crowd and go all out.
Right, I'm loving it. They are doing the right thing.
Yeah,
you have to go for it.
All right, so the first thing, neither of them at full health. Cantaloupe is, you definitely don't want to be down 3 hearts going in this way because there's a Patra skip coming up, which has a little luck and a little execution, but we're going to see if he can make it through here without taking any damage. He gets the good pattern, but he doesn't execute the door entry, so he does take a bop and loses 2 more hearts. So his count's at 0. He has the minimum number of bombs to continue. Cananophone is entering the Patra room.
So we're two rooms between the runners right now.
Yeah, and Cananophone's in much better shape with more health and more bombs. Cantaloupe gets a good pattern from the blue Wizrobes and doesn't take a hit, so he's going to be able to force a bomb in the next room, which will help him with reverse C. Cananophone dealing with these Wizrobes here and takes 1 hit, but gets a pretty tame pattern as they kind of just maneuver around him. Oh no, Cantaloupe miscounts and does not get the forced bomb, so he's in trouble. He needs 1 more bomb to be able to beat the game. Cananophone also miscounts and does not get a bomb drop, but he's actually in okay shape because he had extra. So Cantaloupe needs at least 1 more bomb to be able to beat this game.
But he can't use the bombs on the reverse C room now as much as he wants.
No, he can't use them at all. Cananophone has 1 extra bomb at this point. So we're going to see what what his strategy is going to be. He's going to have to force a bomb at some point or get lucky. They'll probably see him taking a little extra time to kill the bomb-dropping enemies. Kananaphone gets a good bomb off and gets about 12 damage with that first bomb. And is really just, gets a fairy drop too. So Kananaphone enters the Silver Arrow room with full health. As Cantaloupe picks up the Silver Arrow, I mean, they are about 10 seconds apart. Cantaloupe in the lead, but in trouble with half health and one less bomb than he needs to beat the game. So let's see what his strategy is. He kills one and gets the random bomb drop. So he is back.
Man.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable.
He is back in business.
We are in
Kananaphone,
Team Brick just got in there, back in the game.
Kananaphone has a little trouble with the reverse clip. So that's going to cost him a couple seconds. The Cantaloupe has to be careful with his health. But he's got to be feeling good after getting that bomb drop. I mean, he was probably sweating bullets. Kananaphone right on his tail. Gets hit by a like, going to cost him 3 seconds. Oh, man, we're separated by 2 rooms here. Let's see what pattern it gets in the trap room for Cantaloupe. Oh, he gets a weird pattern with the red Wizrobes in the corner, so he's going to have to kill him after. Has to kind of be careful here, but definitely doesn't want to take any damage and takes care of the room. Leaves the bomb on the floor as he doesn't need it. Kananaphone clears the room faster and catches up. He's in the basement. 6 seconds apart. I mean,
What is happening here? Come on. Go teams.
Oh my gosh. Switches to arrows. Arrows are slightly faster than using a sword. Uses a sword anyway. They're both entering Patra 3. Cantaloupe has to be careful of his health. But Kananaphone is going tank mode and just takes all of his damage. It's going to come down to Ganon. Bad Breaks called it. It's really up to the pattern. This is it.
This is it. Let's do it.
They're both on the Ganon fight. 1 hit for Cantaloupe. 2. This is 2. He's looking for him. He can't find him.
No,
He's going to the corner. He can't find him.
where is he?
That's 3. Cantaloupe gets the final hit on Ganon. As Kananaphone is still searching for Ganon with half of a heart.
Oh my God.
And gets the final hit, but Team Brick.
Team Brick managed to pull this off.
Unbelievable finish.
Oh my god, my heart is rushing so bad.
Wow, that was amazing. What a finish.
What a race. What an event. Oh man.
How is this even possible?
I'm speechless. That was just something to watch. Congratulations to Team Brick, but man, what just a great display by both teams and all the runners here.
Ooh, that was
Man,
that was intense. That was intense.
Thanks for having me on one of the most intense races I've ever been a part of.
Thanks for
Thank you, Like Deck.
helping us out for real.
No problem.
Holy crap. I don't think we could wish for anything better than this. This was just amazing.
Yeah, I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
So
That was so crazy.
We're talking about 10 seconds. No, what was 18 seconds between the 7?
The SRL times were 15 seconds apart. I think it may have been even closer than that in real time, though.
Wow. yeah.
Whew.
Oh man. I'm done.
Yeah, wow. Are we gonna get some of these runners in here to talk to?
Yeah.
I guess we can try and get Kananaphone and
Let's get Kananaphone and
Cantaloupe in here.
Fabs.
Yep.
If they are willing to do a little interview here. Then I think we're gonna get the team captains in back one more time also. Whew. Man, I got all sweaty.
Yeah, me too. My heart is rushing.
What the hell was that?
All right, well, thanks for having me, guys. I'll let you take care of the interviews, and thanks for a great event.
Thanks very much, Like a Tech.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. See ya.
See ya. All right. Hopefully we're gonna get Kananaphone and Fap in here for some interviews.
So that was hey, how you doing?
Oh, too busy having a heart attack.
You still?
What's up, guys?
Yo,
What's up,
what up?
Hey, how you doing? Congrats.
Oh my god.
So did my first question? Did any of you have the other stream up there, or were you playing in the blind?
I had it up on my phone.
Oh, you had it up.
I had it up. I had it a couple times.
So both of the guys knew that it was gonna be basically up to the Ganon fight
I
there.
had it up. Yeah. Yeah, I did the Petra thing where I take as much as
So
damage
both
on purpose because I was like 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, I saw you were tanking
It
that.
didn't work it worked okay, but it can work better. It knocked me in the wrong direction.
But it's the right thing to do. Like if you saw Fapsy was ahead of you, you need to tank that guy. It was, oh man, it was.
I'm sort of glad I didn't die again, and he gave me. Like, that was terrible. Oh my god. He's a jerk.
Oh.
So we couldn't wish for more about this race. That it comes down to basically the last fight. It was. We had some big time losses in I think it was the third game. Like Team Brick went about 1.5 minutes behind there.
Right, the big setback was Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
Rich dying to the final boss, the third form of the final boss, sent him back about 2 minutes. Gradually, that team made up a bit of time, though, and started to pull ahead again at Punch-Out when Zallard got the one-round Tyson, and Summoning Salt had to go to the second round on Tyson, and he made back all the rest of the time that the team was lacking, and it was pretty much just a dead heat from there on out through Mario and Zelda.
And maybe the team felt confident, so they went for like. I saw Team R went for that one frame trick there, and Nudua went for that crazy spike between the platform in Mega Man 2. It's a big factor in these kind of races. Like if they haven't done that, I'm not saying they shouldn't have done it. I loved when they done that, but it's those. Maybe they felt like, okay, we are ahead. I can do this now, but. In a race, anything can happen, and y'all see what happened. It came down to the last fight.
It's unbelievable for 10 games, at various lengths to come down to that amount of time. I mean, you guys did a great job setting this up together, with the PBs in mind, and it was exactly what we hoped for, a nice down-to-the-wire race.
Exactly. It's more than we could hope for, actually. We knew it was going to be a tight race since we had it's a top tier players on basically each game, and all the players are pretty consistent at their games also. So it was just an amazing race.
I liked the two different routes in Zelda. It was cool to have a little bit of tension there when you were when we were trying to wait for them to converge to see who would be ahead.
Yeah, the multiple route thing, the red candle is a great strat, and sub 30 has been done on red candle. It's a wonderful route, and it's, it's good to not have to worry about counts, really, because it does, you don't have to worry about rupees as much.
Mm-hmm.
It does make 7 awkward, because you won't have full bombs entering it. Or you could, there are a lot of things you can do, but they're all sort of bad.
So the finishing time is 2 hours 42 minutes. I would say that is a crazy good time. Thinking of what can actually happen in the runs. A lot of bad things happen, but it's still a pretty damn good time.
What do you think the fastest game was?
I think both DuckTales Runner did a really good job. It might have been the best times. We have to look that up probably. Maybe we'll do a spreadsheet and put all the times up. I don't know if that's possible. Is it?
We can do that. We can tie them individually, so that's
we can
no problem.
time it in the VOD. So
yep,
we're probably gonna do that. It would be a great watch to have a doc and see all the times.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So we can see the
Maybe-
back and
maybe we can-
forth and everything.
Yeah, we can compare to PBs and see how. That's something we got to think of.
Looking at our spreadsheet, we can see that both the teams were like 12 minutes behind the summer best, and that's not too far off actually. 10 games into.
So only 12 minutes.
Yeah.
That is divided by 10. That's like just over 1 minute on each game. So that is just amazing.
So, are we gonna get the team captains in here for some words, maybe?
Yeah, we should. Unless Kanana and Fabs have anything else to say about the.
Well, I noticed after
finishing-
Punch Out, like in the Skype where they send a message for like the next person to go, they both type theirs at the exact same time. So that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, watching Mario, it went by so fast, after Punch Out, I was like, okay, I got like 11 minutes to get ready. Then all of a sudden he's at Bowser. I'm like, oh, shoot, let's do this.
Right, yeah, and they started Mario 3 at essentially the same time. I think they were only about 10 seconds apart when Mario 3 happened, so...
So how much time do you lose from a hand? 18 seconds?
Yeah, about 20 seconds.
Oh, that's...
I think that was 2 hands versus 3 hands.
Yep.
That's correct, yeah.
It's like exactly the margin.
Right.
So we're gonna try to get.
Yeah, I think Garadas and Andy is ready to join the call here. So
the team captains here and hear what they say about the race.
And one more thing.
Yep.
There were no technical issues for any of the streamers, right?
No, I think the race went really smooth. I don't think
That's sort of crazy. Like 20 different people.
It is 20 different people, and there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. And shout outs to Dexter also for putting it, and to all the runners for making this, because they need to be alert, like to see when they're gonna start their run and all that stuff to make even these kind of events to work. So
yeah, like we said earlier, it's one of the reasons why we put 10 games and not 20 games. It would be too much to handle in terms of players. So 10 was enough, I would say. Definitely.
Yeah.
In terms of tech.
In terms of Dex Tech.
Dex Tech, yes, exactly. So I believe we have Garadas in here, and I think Andy should be able to join here. But
yeah, I'm here.
Garadas, what do you think about this race?
Man, this was crazy. Both teams had 1 minute lead that they lost and gained alternatively. And first, I think Team Bone was ahead. Then after Batman, Andy went ahead. And again, I don't remember the whole. Maybe in Castlevania there was some upset. I don't remember well. And the final race was maybe the best Zelda race ever. I watched some of them, but none of them were so close. Not after 10 different games, at least, I think.
Yeah, it was something for sure. It was something for sure. I was just waiting, like... I actually was thinking, like, okay, let's hope no one dies on Ganon here. Let's get epic VOD.
That proved also that the teams were well balanced, and in some games like Castlevania and MTPO, it's not that difference between PBs. If you know all the top tier strats, RNG can mess everything up if you make a slight mistake. I don't know, and that final round proved that, I think.
Yeah, Do we have Andy in here?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here as well. I had some trouble joining, but now I'm here.
So, team captain, I know you hate to lose, but wait, which team was?
I didn't lose, Fabrics. I didn't lose.
Yeah. I knew you won.
But seriously, my heart is still racing. I mean, torn between hope and despair the entire time. That was the most sick race I've ever seen in my life. I'm flabbergasted. I mean, both DuckTales runners did very well. Then Rasmus pulled ahead in Chippendale, and I was nervous for Batman, but somehow I managed to. I crushed it basically.
Yeah, you won that race.
Yeah, I think I got 10:23. So that's wow. In any case, so then when Rich died at the demon, I was, and both runners died in Castlevania at the mummy fight, and when Toad missed the good wood and Nudua missed the swag jump in Wilder 2. I mean,
what do you think about as a team captain? Now I don't think he was on your team, was he? No.
Nudua.
He was on Gerardo's team. Gerardo, what do you think when Nudua went for that spike jump there?
He did it for the swag.
As a team captain.
He did it for the swag, so it's okay. We'll.
It potentially lost the race there.
Yeah, we wanted the double KO, but he didn't do that. So maybe he preferred doing that one. He's actually saying in the chat, would have done it again.
Yeah. I know the dude. He's always go for everything, and that's what I like. He's.
We did all the swaggy strats. We did the heli skip. We did the flame jump in Contra. We did that that strat in I don't know how it's called in Mega Man 2. And
do you think that the runners on the team did that because they kind of knew that they were ahead, so maybe I'll do this one because there are really small time savers. It doesn't save that much time.
Well, TMR actually declared that before starting. I want to do that. I want to do the flame jump. But Nudu, I think he was.
I don't think anyone knew him. I think that is the first time anyone tried to go for that in a race, actually.
For the flame jump, you mean?
Yeah, I've never seen that happen.
Yeah, for the spike.
The spike. Yeah. He knew he was ahead because he was typing something in the chat. So I guess it was definitely because of the lead. At least that's my opinion, but assuming what he was writing in the chat, so
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, whatever way you look at it, it's made the race much more exciting. I mean, it's done is done, and nothing can change that. And it's
yeah.
I mean, but strange things happen for both teams, but it always does in a race. I mean, we couldn't have asked for anything better. No matter, I'm happy we won, but I would. I would have been happy either way because of how it turned out. I mean, it's amazing.
It was amazing indeed.
Yeah.
So, Fiesel, what do you think about the race?
I think, as we said, it's pretty much as tight as we could have expected. I think the real cool thing was how well the teams sort of worked together, and everyone was. I heard him talking behind the scenes and just deciding what strat should I go for, and I like the idea of teamwork because that's something that's really been missing in speedrunning so far. As far as these competitions, we've got all kinds of different tournaments, but like getting speedrunners together to try to do something at a higher level, I think, is just really the first good instance of that we've had. So, great idea to do this.
Actually, I went for the heli skip for a good reason, because when Andy pointed that out before the race, I thought, man, I don't remember how to do the backup. Fuck that. And
That was the right decision. Then, if you don't know the backups well, there's a higher chance you will screw up, basically. So that was a good call from your side.
I definitely don't remember that.
So maybe we just gonna ask if Nudua wants to come into the call and see what he thought about that spike skip, maybe.
Yeah.
If he's up to it.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know. We're writing in the chat, maybe. No.
Let's see if we can get Nudua in here.
Okay.
Because that was something out of the normal. Trying to get him in here. But yeah, the stream went really smooth. Yesterday it was. I don't think we had any technical.
No, I think it went really well actually. But it's kind of hard to handle the delays from the commentators and from on site where I stream because it's different delays. So it's kind of hard to manage, but I think it worked out really well. And in between all the runners, it went really smoothly.
Okay, so Nudua says he needs to find his mic here. We're gonna ask him a couple questions, but there goes speed run of keyboard typing.
Keyboard typing, exactly.
That was
Oh, sorry, that was me.
120 words in 5 seconds.
WFR.
So is there anything we want to talk about before we wrap this up?
See if we can get one more interview here with one of the runners, and then we can gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah, we're gonna tell a little bit of our future events also that's coming up.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I liked when you pointed out, BB, the 50-50%, 80-20, then Fizzle answered. What?
Yeah, it's actually a thing. When I used to, I worked as a plumber for 15 years, and when you gonna like connect to a pipe, you don't know if it's cold or hot water, right? And me and my work buddy, we always used to say, he'd say it's 50-50. And I said, no, it's 80-20 because it's always wrong. But
Okay.
it's not 50-50.
All right, I believe Nudua can't join the call, so.
Okay.
So thank you, Garadas and Andy, for joining in for some post interviews.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for putting this race together.
Yeah,
It was
definitely.
an awesome experience and with a lot of great runners, and it was really fun. So hopefully we'll get to see more races like this in the future.
Definitely.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you.
Later, guys.
Later, guys.
Later. So what are the next upcoming events we have, Dexter?
Well, I don't know about you, BB, but I kind of want to get Beat the Record going.
We have been talking for this about 2 years.
Yeah, I know. It's time to...
Maybe you can explain what the Beat the Record is. So hopefully we can get this started before the next Big 20 race, which we're gonna talk about later.
Yeah, we can bring that up also. But the Beat the Record, if you look down on the info, you can see some text there. But Beat the Record is basically that we choose a game that's kind of short, kind of beatable, and pretty much grinding this game for a week. Everyone is joining in, grinding this particular game and bringing down the world record as low as possible.
It's basically we're gonna try that. Because there are so many unoptimized games.
Yeah, something like that.
So we think maybe there's like 2-3 people grinding this game for maybe they have done 1,000 attempts. So we were thinking, what about if we are like 20 people in a week, and it's probably going to be 20,000 attempts in a week.
Yeah,
So
you have like 20 people running the game. Like,
it's going to be a big chance that record is gonna be broken. So
yeah, like TMR said, you can compare it to Strider, how it was back then.
it was the idea came from Strider back in the day, because that was that game was fairly new, and in one night it had a community with 10 people grinding the game out. Everyone wanted to have the record. The record switched between players every day, and it was awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
We kind of wanted to have that feel back again, so that is the Beat the Record. It's going to be all about.
And everyone can, of course, message us on the Best of NES. You can mail us to submit one game that could be a possibility for a beat record.
And we're going to start with for the start. We're going to start with like the lower, like around 5 minutes, just to get things started. So
yeah, like I don't know. For example, Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's like a 3-minute.
I think we had Donkey Kong, the first Donkey Kong. That is game is up to frames now. But if there's 20 people playing that game for a week, it's probably going to be broken, that record. So
yeah,
right. We tend to see that with the Big 20 games a lot. The ones that show up in the Big 20, suddenly getting all these people working on it, the records just get destroyed. I mean, think of how many records have changed because of that.
Yeah, I think there's minimum 2 records beat on every Big 20 we have done. I know last Big 20 it was like 6 records got beaten or something.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow.
That's amazing. So definitely, that's something that we want to get going, actually.
Yeah, that's the thing we wanted to get going for a long time now. We said 2 years ago we were going to do it, but it kind of ran out in the sand. But hopefully we're going to get this going now before Big 20. Big 25 is coming out. The list is coming out in August, early August. So the race is going to be...
Probably right after ESA.
No.
Yeah, yes.
No, ESA is in July, so...
No, into August. It's July, August.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, the list announcement. Is gonna be, right.
Yeah, list announcement. Yeah.
And the race is going to be early September.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have the big NES Marathon coming up in the Halloween week. That's October, November.
Yeah, so we're going to have to struggle with some daylight savings.
And we are going back to the first format we had on that race, that we're only going to have record holders again this time.
Yes. Maybe 1 or 2 races, but mainly world record holders.
Yeah. And there's going to be more info about that coming up. Probably around that time after ESA, we're going to put out all the info about that.
Yeah, at the same time with Big 20, because we need some time to handle all the submissions and everything. Yes. So
that's pretty much it, I think. We're still going to give some shout-outs here. Shout out to Sinister One that... I think we had front page there.
Yeah, I think we had it for like an hour or something.
So shout outs to Sinister One for helping us out with the front page, spreading the NES love. And of course, shout outs to me.
Yeah, definitely. Shout outs to Bad Breaks also.
Shout outs to Dexter handling all the tech. Fiesel and Dexter is the tech people behind Best of NES.
It was all Dexter today. Did all the work.
Today it was all Dexter, but yeah. And also shout outs to all the runners that made this thing happen. It was, I can't believe how smooth it went.
Yeah, it's all because of you guys that we could get this going. We know that 20 people is hard to meet up on the same day, but thank you so much. And shout outs to our moderators. I can see that they did a good job shouting out all the runners with the Twitch channels and everything.
Yeah, they post the channels and all that. That was a great job.
Yeah. And yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we should raid some NES player here. If we can find someone.
if we can find someone, yes.
Oh, I see Cosmic is doing Super Mario Bros. 1 Warpless. No, we're gonna go to Dragon Dart. He is doing an SGDQ stream, donation stream, to help him there. And he's playing Crystallis, and that is a great game.
That is a good game.
Agreed.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this up here, and we're gonna send you over there.
Let me see here.
And I'm gonna give you one of the best songs out there, ending songs.
So we need a message. We're gonna put the channel in here. We're gonna give you a raid message. Fiesel, do you have a good raid message?
A good raid message.
This is
Nope.
not Carno. Is that a good message? No.
I don't know.
This is not Karnov. That's probably a good message.
All right, go for it.
There's the message.
All right. Again, thank you everyone for watching, joining in, all the runners, everyone. So we can make this happen. And again, hopefully next year.
Hopefully next year. It's definitely gonna be next year. So
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's it.
that's it
That's it
for this time.
for this time.
Follow the channel if you like what we're doing, and we are gonna see you next time.
See ya.
See you later.